Friday morning, it's early, the sun's barely rising, and they hand the mic over and they're like, and we're going to welcome up the MC or whatever. And I was like, hi, I'm Heather, and I'm going to be with you guys all weekend. And I was just like, oh no. Hang on one second. He's like, let me grab this picture, but don't go anywhere. I'm like, don't go anywhere. Instead of like, sometimes it's like a segue, like, oh, I'm going to move on from you.
I'll stay right here, Ken.
Yes. Molinari gets in, vice captain. He kind of steps in and like tries to move Ted Scott out of the way. And then he's like, don't put your hands on me. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world? This is the Dan's Golf World Show. I'm the one and only Sports Illustrated, and now Sports Illustrated TV. The one and only SITV. Everything's one and only.
Yeah.
The one and only show that's one and only right here, right now. And we're going to be talking about the one and only Ryder Cup that just happened.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Do we have to?
We have to. We get to. It's an honor and a privilege to discuss. Wow, that Shane Lowry picture you just had up for a second. Go back to it. All right, take it off.
Jesus.
Oh, it's so painful to watch.
Bad.
I know.
You know what? I would like to start the show off with a formal apology. I do feel like it's our responsibility to, I don't know, really understand maybe the effect we had on this weekend's tournament. We had talked a lot about the crowds and the fans, and we even made jokes that if the fans weren't turned up enough, maybe they should make beer prices like half. So I do feel like we encouraged a lot of the behavior that took place primarily on Saturday. So again, it's a formal apology to pretty much everyone on the planet.
I mean, are we really taking fault for all of New York's behavior?
You know what? I got to tell you guys something really interesting. One of the guys I was working with over the course of the weekend, of course, I was at the Ryder Cup. Incredible. Honestly, some of the most incredible golf I've ever seen in my life, truthfully, and I mean that. I've been to a lot of tournaments, and it was incredible. One of the guys I was working with lived like 10 minutes from Bethpage. So he literally would here's the funny thing.
He would commute?
He said the first day, he's like, well, I was just going to walk, and then we got close, and you're not allowed to walk there. There's no like walking entrance. Wow. So they made him like get in an Uber to go into the Uber line. It was a whole thing. Whatever. There's a lot of chaos going on there. Whatever. Here's what he said. He goes, he's like, I love golf. He was like, I love golf events, been to a lot of them. He's like, but I'm a New Yorker. I live like here. He's like, I've also been to just a lot of New York sporting events. And he goes, so there was a part of me that was like, what's everybody so mad about? Like, he's like, literally, like, you go to a Yankees game and we'll talk like that to the Yankees team if they miss the ball. Like the stuff that gets said at a New York sporting event. He goes, but I love golf and I understand golf and I understand why this is like weird at a golf tournament. He goes, but it took me a little bit to be like, what's everyone talking about? Like, I must have missed something because I don't know what everybody is so upset about.
Remember, we saw the post about Chipper Jones saying something?
What did he say?
He said he would never have his wife and kids in that environment. Like, they would never be able to step foot in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, just any of them. Doesn't matter. It could be like New York pickleball, and I'm sure it's just out of control. So that, there is that element there that it's sort of comes with the territory,
For sure.
So you're right. There is this like golf respect thing that's supposed to go on, but at the same time, in the area that the tournament was held, Long Island, does that make any of it allowed? Like, is this as crazy as it's being talked about?
How big was it last Ryder Cup in Rome? For the opposite reasons, like, well,
it's so different. It's totally different because at the European, years that the Ryder Cup is, it's a lot more like chanting based, like these like songs, this like group thing. So it sounds more organized, but it's just as chirpy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like instead of just like one guy, I'll probably have to censor this on the show. We're on live. Well, I'll go for it. One of the craziest ones I had heard out of all of them was Shane Lowry, you fat piece of shit.
I don't know. I might have censored too much on that one. I mean, all right, so you got the fans doing that, and the fans are maybe going over a little bit bored, but they're just in New York, like you said.
Yes.
They talk to the Yankees players when they miss a ball the same exact
on their own team. Like they're right.
Yeah, exactly. But then when you've got Rory who's saying the fans are terrible, and he's turning around and saying, F off.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that to the fans. Like, you can't have that double standard, Rory. You got to be like, yeah, it was a nightmare out there. It was all getting chirpy with everybody.
Now, okay, here's a question. Do you feel like at any point it had gone too far? Like, meaning there was a point where Rory's standing over a putt. It's the silent moment. And there's just like a giant, F you, Rory! Like, in the silence of the moment over a putt. Like, is that okay? It's like, well, it's New York. You know, get used to it, grow up.
I feel like if he wasn't standing over the ball, getting ready to putt, like if he's just doing his routine, but not over the ball yet, I feel like it's fair game.
Yeah, and I feel he was also early in his routine. He wasn't actually getting ready to hit the ball. Like,
if he was, I feel like this is the one tournament where fans should be allowed to there shouldn't be a quiet sign. If you want to chirp while they're swinging, you should be able to. Well, then it'll happen to you when you go and play a road one.
What I will say though is I didn't hear any of that in Rome. Like where there was just like during the silence of a shot, somebody just
off, Rory.
Right. Or, well, in the other case, Scottie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't know. It was a lot, though. It was definitely a lot. There was a moment where
you being on course, like, what was the craziest thing that you actually witnessed?
I would say the craziest thing that I witnessed, this was a group thing. And I got to hole 12, watched them come in. I was standing by the green, and then I walked them to hole 13, which I think was a par 3, or it could be 13, 14, whatever, doesn't matter. And Rory's standing over his ball on a par 3, you know, iron in hand, ready to hit the ball. And the whole crowd was just going, boo.
Oh, boo. I thought you were going to say something bad.
Boo. Just like a constant flood of boo, boo, like the whole time. And you could see the stress and anxiety on the volunteers with like the quiet signs. They were doing nothing. You know, they're like, and I have this video. We'll roll it. I'll send it to you, Josh. But you could see this woman, like, she's just like the look on her face. She's just like, you have to be quiet. Like, I don't know. My sign's not working.
So do you think it's wrong for someone holding up the quiet sign to yell to be quiet?
That's crazy. Just to be like, boo!
No, I think you meant like to yell to the crowd to be quiet.
Yeah, like the person that's supposed to be quiet is yelling, be quiet. Like being loud.
But then you also got the same time, like Shane Lowry's done it. There's been a few other guys that like, the guy who's trying to get everybody quiet, the volunteers, like, you're being the loudest one out here.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I love it. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely love when it's the Ryder Cup and it's so us versus them versus us, and they're just all just the constant boo, boo.
And I'm just tired. We'll talk about Rory more, but like,
of course
he continues to just try to make himself the victim, and then after he wins, then he goes and he taunts Bryson and he does the Trump thing, which he was completely off rhythm for, shockingly.
Imagine that.
It's just so the way he acts just boils
really
my blood.
bothers you.
Boils my blood.
Yeah,
on
really
a deep
bugs
level.
you.
Yes.
I mean, he acts like a child. Like, you know,
Just contradicts himself over and over and over.
They talk about, like Michael Jackson was robbed of his childhood, and that's why he had like a theme park in his backyard, and he was trying to relive this like childhood he never had.
Why, yeah.
Do we think like Rory McIlroy, being a superstar from the time he was young, like he never got to like live a proper childhood, and he's sort of trapped somewhere in between an adult and kindergartner of some sort? I don't know.
That's not a bad explanation.
yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah,
Like,
with gray hairs.
you know.
And Shane Lowry's like his brother who failed like 6th grade or something.
Like 6 times.
Well, but that all being said,
Yeah.
let's put the shoe on the other foot for a second.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm acting like every single one of those Ryder Cup players right there on the European team.
If you win after all of that,
after all of them just
100%.
booing over the entire
Yeah.
thing, I'm covering up Rory's name with my flag.
Yeah.
I'm covering up, like, whatever it is. If I'm on their side, like, I'm doing everything like they're doing. You know?
Right, but are you going to complain about it and say how it's the worst thing in the world and then celebrate all over him? I think if you just ignore it and then celebrate, I don't see a problem with that. It's shot for shot. But if you're going to complain and make yourself the victim and then do that, it's like, okay, well.
I don't like the post complaining.
Yeah.
The post complaining, get rid of that. I'm here for it. When he told that fan to F off because he was chirping too loud in his backstroke, have at it.
I'm with you.
Like, that's the Ryder Cup. That's what it is. Like, don't complain though. And then when you win, if you either win and get to complain, or you win and get to celebrate like the way you celebrated.
Here's the one thing I found very weird though. During the celebration on Sunday, like just this this crazy level of celebration. Like it was almost to me in some points like an over the top celebration.
Yes.
Because it was just like trying to screw all of you. You guys just got your teeth kicked in all Sunday.
Yeah.
Like to earn 1 point, you know what I mean? And a bunch of other halves and a freebie, we'll get into that.
That freebie is
I mean, to me, it was like you got your absolute teeth kicked in on Sunday. Like I'm talking Matt Fitzpatrick, go get your braces put back on because those things are a train wreck after you gave up a 5-point lead from Bryson. The thing I loved about it is if you watch it, it was like the points between Fitzpatrick and Bryson went like up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like it was just like you saw this animal in Bryson DeChambeau come out and turn things around. And you could see like when he would make the putts, it wasn't like a joyful celebration. It was just like, yes, like, oh my God.
He was out for blood.
That's what I was waiting for on Friday and Saturday from him, but he never showed up.
Well, because the ship never turned around.
No, but like they did. There was the we were watching it and Bryson, I forget, he made some long putt. He won the whole bet, brought it back down to like I think he brought it to even on Saturday when we were doing the live.
Going into 18 and then he went to try to drive the green on 18 and end up in the rough. Are you talking about that one?
I'm talking about when it was like 17 or 16, I think it was 16. We had something happen and we had all of the energy in our live. We were sitting there. We had the most energy in the entire world.
It's because Rory lipped out that putt that went all the way around the hole and came out. And we were so buzzing. And then
we got the point because he lipped that out.
Yeah. And then
Cantlay
missed a 4-footer.
And Cantlay's 4-footer was just gone.
My bag almost fell, by the way. Out the corner of my eye, I saw it. It was going down.
I was watching the whole time.
We're going to cut to that.
Well, I guess on the topic of my bag, I completed something that I've been working on for now 2 years.
Go on.
Finally happened, finally come together. They talk about the Grand Slam in golf. Okay, Rory, whatever. Fine, you did it. You weren't the first, though. I've been working on what's called the Bag Slam. And having a club head cover from every major took me some time because this is my first year. I finally made it out to the Open, the British Open. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Keegan Bradley called it the British Open like 3 times in the press conference.
Yeah.
So anybody saying anything, like these are the pro golfers who were playing in it, calling it the British Open, which I'm not sure if it was like super on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Keegan's calculated.
Yeah. Like 3 times.
Right.
You know, come on. It wasn't
the British Open.
Yeah.
Symbolism.
So I've got the PGA Championship putter cover.
Take it out and show us.
All right, here we go.
You don't have to pull the whole club.
No. The whole club's coming out.
All right.
Here we go. PGA Championship putter cover. Beautiful. Look at that quail hollow. Yeah, totally. I've got the Masters hybrid cover. The Open here on the 3-wood. And
that's the British Open.
The British Open, thank you. I should, do we have like a marker?
Write it
fix this one up.
Just ruin it.
And then the U.S. Open here, this is the one Bryson won. And I actually showed it to Bryson when we were filming together. I was
You
seen this film? But the thing that was missing in here was anything Ryder Cup related. And I realized that it needs to be my alignment stick cover.
Yeah, because you don't have any other you're not doing irons.
So I get to say goodbye to this one. This is a great alignment stick cover. This bag's going down. Oh my God. I'm holding on for dear life. Great alignment stick cover. Actually got it for free at the PGA show. Thank you very much. Here we have it. The Ryder Cup alignment stick cover to complete the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yeah, let's
my
go.
2-year-long project is now complete.
I love it. Let's go.
Before I knew that was an alignment stick cover, I thought you like got it off the court at a WNBA game or something. I don't know what it was.
They're giving those out now?
The PGA show.
That's the cover to bring it in.
Yeah.
I'm really, really proud of this. Like I said, it's been a long time coming.
That's awesome.
And so am I. Jesus. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Big day.
Can you fix your bag? Or you're going to sit like that the whole time?
I'd sit like that the whole time.
Nope, not that.
Yeah, I think
You want me to just hold it or no?
The whole time.
Yeah, I'll just hold it up.
He's going to unplug everything over there.
I don't know. It's going like
good.
that.
No,
It's
we're good.
there.
We're good. We're good. It's
Yeah.
good there. Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's a beautiful vessel bag. I just think there's like some cords under here. It's a little uneven. You know, it can't stand on its own. Well, as long as we're in the process, should I run through some of the stuff I brought back?
Yeah.
let's
All
go.
right.
Do.
I had somebody ask me in the comments, like, what's that stuff you're wearing around your neck? So I'll go through it.
Nice.
Inside the ropes lanyard. This always goes on first. It's the big one. That there, that's the one that puts you like in the action. There's crowds everywhere, and you're
walk.
inside the ropes, walking the fairways, standing around the green. Like, and a lot of times you're like ducking because there's cameras behind you, and they even give you. I didn't bring it because it wouldn't fit my suitcase. In the media center, they give you like a nice little kneeling pad.
Wow.
So like when you take a knee, you know what I mean, all the moisture and everything. Then of course, you know, proper credentials, one with your face and name on it. However,
So did that have your name on it, the inside the ropes?
no, once you get this, you can be handed this separately, but you have to have this and then this goes with it, but you can't have this alone.
Okay.
But I of course am a media / photographer, non inside the ropes. So I don't get to actually photograph or video actual tournament play.
In the ropes.
Right.
You can stand there.
Stand there, hang out, report, get story, or like film exterior. So I could be in there, and that's what I got, like some good footage of like some wild fan reaction stuff, which is great because from inside you could then see the entire grandstand. You know what I mean? Great angle. And then this is my
The whole
favorite part.
16, everybody just boo.
This year, the on-course radio. So you're listening to the tournament broadcast. Got your little headphoney phones.
Nice.
And you can flip through, and there's like 6 channels. You can like hear like the US broadcast, the BBC broadcast, like whatever, Sirius XM broadcast.
How often were you listening to that?
The whole time.
The whole time?
Like if I'm sitting in the media center, I would just keep one ear in,
Yeah.
and it's constant. It's just the whole time you're just hearing like something, and then you know, like, oh, you gotta look at the TV, like figure out what's going on.
That's only for the weekend, right? Like you can't go and listen to PGA Tour tournaments or stuff after with that, right?
No, here's the weird thing. Like, as soon as you leave the parking lot, you can't hear it.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah, or like
Is
if
that
you,
tight?
yeah, like so. I think it's some sort of like low frequency radio thing that they're allowed to do. You know, with like the FCC and the whole thing, whatever. And then
What stations you have on? Was your station of choice?
it was primarily the Sirius XM broadcast. I thought they did really good. Plus, because some of them, like one of the broadcasts was like connected to a TV. So if you weren't, some TV broadcast is different.
Right.
Because they understand that you can see some of what's happening. Whereas the radio broadcast, like he steps up, he's over the ball, he takes a practice swing, the ball's rolling, it's online, it's going in the cup, it's going, Bryson DeChambeau, and you're just like, let's go.
I don't feel like any golf announcer has ever announced with that much energy. or
Speaking of
enthusiasm.
golf announcers,
Right.
speaking of golf announcers, I heard way too many just a moment ago's this weekend.
A moment ago's? What do you mean?
Yeah, remember the big ordeal with like just
Oh,
a moment ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
there was
yes.
too many of those.
And then last but not least, you've got, hold on, turn around here. Try not to, my headphones.
Everything's coming undone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at that. Look at that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that white bar on the top for you to write your name on?
Yeah,
like
you know,
it.
I didn't, in case I did anything that was, like,
yeah. It's clearly you.
So this here is what large portions of the tournament weekend looked like for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What else do we get? Of course, I no longer get flags at every tournament. It's got to be a major / what should be considered a major, the Ryder Cup. What do you think? Decent flag?
That's a great flag.
Where are we at here?
That's a great flag.
What do you mean,
It's pretty bland.
Show me yours. There was this one or like one with like the huge 18 and then it just had the Ryder Cup logo, but I liked having the 2 flags.
I was about to say,
And
I like the
US
two
and
patches a
Europe.
lot.
Yeah, you got it.
I am a sucker though for the
Yeah.
with the 18.
Sorry. Just an
I like it when it looks like it's a flag on the
Yeah.
on the sticks.
All right, what else we get? I did think, since Ryder Cup only got the alignment stick for the bag, I might rotate out my Aaron Hills towel.
And you got a
And-
nice navy bag there for it.
I
It
know.
matches nice.
It's gonna go great. What do we think? Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
That
that.
is nice.
Good towel.
Yep.
Good. Get a feel on that.
Can you double your towel? Or
yeah.
are you a
Yeah.
single
That'll
towel?
keep you dry.
You could double towel. It's pretty unorthodox, but I've seen it in some parts.
Being embarrassed,
The
trying to
amount
hide
of
it.
gloves you have in that bag is unorthodox.
It really is. It's like
He's going camping.
All right,
Nice
that's
clip
not
on
bad.
there.
There
Oh,
we
yeah.
go. We're locked in.
That was something special right there.
Couple hats. You guys saw this was the player hat from I forgot what day. What day
That
was
was sharp. I like that hat.
it was a good hat. And I like they did this. They put like these little kind of little pins.
Oh, that came on the
Yeah,
hat for
yeah.
you? Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I assumed you bought it separately.
no,
what I thought,
well, this
On the
hat,
same page.
the blue one didn't have pins on it, but I found one that did have a pin. I don't know if somebody did a little switcheroozy.
Yep.
So I picked that one.
Yep. Smart move.
All right, good hat. Dude, look at this one.
I like that one.
I like that hat.
That's old.
nice.
That's 90s.
It is. That goes
47.
hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's at 47, 6'7", whatever.
Yeah.
6'7".
Round up, I guess.
There was something about it. I was going with the retros.
Yeah.
Again, another retro.
plain.
Got to.
I think I like that one better than the last one.
Okay.
Really?
All right, wow.
That's ranked number 2 for me so far.
Interesting.
Yep, the white one.
All right. And then this one was actually a gift. I didn't pick this one out, but it was a lovely gift from somebody. Just classic.
Classic. Yeah.
Classic, kind of the rounded front dad hat. I'm a little more of a,
Got the BPB on the side.
You like the form?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, a little bit. And then of course the one I'm wearing right now.
Which nice rope hat you see with the stars on the side. How many was that? 12 for 12 players?
12 for 12
Nice.
players.
Wow.
I did save receipts. Rich,
Oh, yeah.
bring them over to the man.
Oh, I got to add these up?
Yeah, I mean, we did it for the Masters. Let's do it again.
Yeah. All right, so are we all going to discuss how much we think that it was?
Yes.
Is there... You kind of gave us a rundown of what you
I
bought
did.
last time.
There
so-
is this long sleeve I'm wearing.
Okay.
And then there's one more because I did this like afternoon live with SI.
Yep.
And I realized that I needed something a little more Ryder Cup-y.
Yep.
So I have 2 long sleeves. And then also
The 4 hats. Tumbler. Love it. You got me a tumbler?
give it to the man. Give it to the man.
Do the fake throw.
Tumblers are my jam. I love it. So, it's a Yeti tumbler.
Yeah.
Like-
I was hoping they had one with a little more color, but white was the only option.
No, that's great. Oh, and I like that it's like laser inscribed, so the white it's a negative space.
Yeah.
So let's go through exactly what's on those receipts so we know what we're guessing here. It's 4 hats, 2.
5 hats.
Oh, 5 hats.
One was a gift.
Yeah.
One was a gift, so 4.
Well, 5. I bought a duplicate of one.
Okay.
I like this one so much that I wanted to be able to sweat in one and still have one.
There you go. All right, so 5 hats.
Yeah.
2 QZs.
Yeah.
What else?
Flag, alignment stick cover, mug,
Towel.
towel. That might, give or take, could be it.
I feel
Oh,
like
he's
he
getting the
definitely
phone
bought
out.
those.
Are we doing phone math here?
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Little calculator.
What's over under? What's over under?
Well, we got to develop that, right?
I'm trying to come up with a number.
My
in head.
coming up with a
number
number?
is
Yeah.
750.
750.
That's my number.
I don't feel like I hate that number.
Well, here's what's funny. I have not done this math either.
Right.
I mean, I've got a general idea of like what I spent each, because there's 4 receipts.
There's only 4. Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I see is
Like one day, one of the receipts, I just was like, oh, I need a hat today. And I went in, I bought a hat and I walked out and left. Like that was just one thing. You know what's brutal? And I missed it because I didn't want to miss any of the post-tournament action, with the players and stuff. Everything goes to 50% off after the tournament, like as people are flooding out.
yeah.
And that's really the time to go, get everything half off. But I wanted to like see all the press conferences and everything. So I forfeited my ability to get half off Ryder Cup merch. I know.
That's all right. You had other things to do. You're there for work.
Yeah, I know.
I think I've got the
It's-
line for us.
Go for it.
I think it's less than we think. I think a good line is 500.
All right.
I think a good line is 500. And I think I'm going to take the slight under on that.
Ooh.
Slight under on 500. I think we're talking 470, 480.
and you were at 750.
Yep.
I think those are good lines. All right.
After we get all locked in, I want to tell you a little something about why it didn't turn into what I thought it might.
My theory is.
So you were saying the 470, 480 range.
Yep.
You're saying the 750 range. Dan, do you have a guess? I mean,
550.
you're 582.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Not a bad line for
So
me.
let me
That's
tell
a
you
good-
why.
That's a good line. The $500 line is a good
Yeah,
line.
not
That's a
bad.
good line.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. This was a particularly expensive event. Drink prices, like light beer was $15.
Insane.
Cocktails were like 17 to 18.
Insane. I saw one was 22.
Yeah.
Came with a squeaky toy.
Of course, whole other thing. Noisemakers in the like. Here's alcohol in a noisemaker. Quiet, please.
They gave noisemakers in the
There were
drinks.
squeaky ducks in certain drinks. Like, how insane is that? Like, who's like, oh, I know what we'll do. Let's put little flags in there. They're like, no, that won't make any noise. Like, oh, good call.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did they actually squeak?
Yeah. They were like little, like,
Were just people just walking around?
shockingly not as much as you would think, but it doesn't take many. Like, just to have a single isolated squeak while you're like stepping over your putt is a ton.
Now, do you think those are special Ryder Cup ducks, or are they just, the generic dollar
Like, you
store
think they went on
ducks?
Amazon and you're like, oh, this is like kind of blue and nice.
Yeah, it says America.
Here's the thing. I didn't get work trip. I didn't get any of these beverages. I didn't have any of these ducks, so I didn't look at them up close to see how commemorative they were.
I think they were underutilized almost. You did because it wasn't like a huge
Underutilized.
story.
Like, more people should have been squeaking.
That's what, like I feel like if us four
we got to
went
pump
there,
up those squeaks.
Right?
If we were all squeaking, that would make an impact. Just four
Yeah.
people squeaking at once. I feel like it wasn't large groups of squeaking. It was just individual squeaking.
It's true.
I have a side tangent, if you will.
Go on.
For New Year's one year, we went to Orlando. We were in Orlando and we went to Epcot. We didn't even go for the whole day. We just went in there like kind of as a dusk because we had tickets, whatever, given to us. So we were going to go. We went at dusk. We wanted to go see the fireworks. It was New Year's, celebrate the New Year's, whatever. Well, about 15 or 20 minutes before we got there, they handed out just to everybody in the park. They just started handing them out black top hats and like those whistle kazoo horns with like the things. Every person was walking around with it in their mouth, breathing through it. So it was just like times infinity thousand.
Oh my God.
Every single person. And we were all just walking into the park, not park at all. Like, and just like, holy cow. I literally felt like curling up in a ball in the corner.
My would have just been like redlining.
Yes. So that's what I was expecting with these tweak, where they like squeak, 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 squeak,
Oh, no, it wasn't that bad. So here's the thing, because things were, I mean, the prices were pretty steep in the merch store. It caused me to spend less. Like it just, because it wasn't as fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not getting as much kind of, bang for the buck, the whole thing. I just found myself like t-shirt, like $80. I'm like, I don't really want that. Or like, I'm like, oh, that's a sweet hoodie. It's like $145. I'm like, oh, it's not that sweet.
Right.
So it's weird. Like pumping up the prices to make more money, I spent less.
You know what was?
So, I don't know. It's weird math.
What was a good price there though, and it was pretty freaking sweet. Was that bag?
Oh yeah, like the official Ryder Cup golf bag. The
Only
staff bag.
$600 for that.
I
That's
was
not bad.
blown away by that.
Absolutely blown away.
'Cause
Especially
aren't
because
they-
everything else was so expensive.
Well, aren't they normally like 800?
Yeah, I mean, a staff bag can be, $600 to $1,200 depending. So you think the Ryder Cup, the amount of embroidery, the amount of customization, like the whole thing at the Ryder Cup, when like I was looking at like QZs that were like $275, and here we got an entire staff bag for $600.
Here's the thing about that: are you allowed to leave and come back?
I don't think so.
So you got to carry that bag the whole
Well,
way.
I don't even think they were selling them on site.
Maybe that was just
you order
display.
them.
Yeah, because there was like a QR code, and maybe that's why they stayed like reasonably priced, because it wasn't like
Because you had to pay for shipping and handling.
yeah, the whole thing.
But you buried the lead, and they didn't have the Rory shirt.
No, I specifically, I went in there the first day. I landed Tuesday evening. My first day on site was Wednesday. First thing I did Wednesday, because I didn't want it to sell out or miss the chance, was to find the U.S. silhouette of Rory shirt, and it was not there. So I don't know if they pulled it. I don't know if the Tuesday crowd just blasted through it and got all of them, but I didn't see even one on site. I never saw one anywhere, but I wanted one, and I that's what I would be wearing right now. would be the U.S. Rory silhouette shirt because it's hilarious and it had so much controversy and I wanted one.
If you didn't see one, I'm going to assume they pulled it.
They must have.
Because
they
you would
had
have
to
seen
have.
one. If they
Which means there is probably like a small warehouse of those shirts somewhere that were never sold.
We got to
I
get in
think so.
contact.
Yeah.
We got to get in contact with somebody who can get
They're
us
already in Africa with,
like
the loser of the Super Bowl shirt.
the Chiefs Super Bowl
Yeah, the
three-peat.
Chiefs. Yes,
I wanted it bad.
Yeah.
Ran into a couple notable people.
Go on.
First, Barstool Beef.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get to talk with him, chat with him at all?
It was brief. It was the first morning, Friday morning, the first tee, the whole thing. We just saw Bryson bomb his drive almost all the way to the green, took the cut off. John Rahm hit into the and I stayed there. I waited. I wanted to see the hole complete. And then you remember we got the point in the first hole, birdie. The whole thing was beautiful. Big crowd cheer. And I'm like, awesome. Now I'm going to leave the grandstands and go head out. And so as I was leaving, and it was really nice. I will say I appreciated this a ton. They had a designated media section in the grandstands. And sometimes it's like in the media, like if you're not there super early and get a spot, you're behind like 700 photographers. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
And it's just not a great viewing experience. Well, they had a beautiful spot set up like with like 3 like tiers of like the grandstand section. It was just wonderful. So I'm leaving the media section. I look one way and I see Riggs like walking over to get like something to drink for free because the food and drinks are free. And then I look the other way and I see Barstool Beef. And I was like, Riggs, Barstool Beef. I'm gonna go say hi to Barstool Beef. And I went over and I was like, Beef. I was like, what's up, man? I'm like, can I grab a quick picture? And he was like, absolutely, man. And, and he leans right in. And I was like, I appreciate it. And he was like, well, how are you? Thanks for stopping over. Like he, what I mean? Like extended the conversation. Usually, I rarely do that, but if I do, it's just like, hey, real quick, out of your hair, like not trying to waste your time. And, he took like an extra minute to be like, well, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping over, whatever. And, go USA. And then I was on my way.
I wonder if he knew who you were.
I don't assume anyone ever does. I'm like, what, like the 4th most famous person in Frankfurt, Illinois?
I think you're third now. I think you
I'm
moved
up to third?
Yeah.
You have to mention he did take his hat off to shake your hand.
He did. Yes, you're right. He did. Wow.
He does it to every single person.
We got to get him on the show. He's such a cool
I thought
dude.
you were telling him to make Dan feel special, and then he's like, but he takes it off for every
No,
single person.
I've
Which
seen clips.
in itself, that's really
very
cool that he
respectable.
does that.
I've
but,
seen
like,
clips of him at a tournament or some type of event, and he's in like the merch tent somewhere, and just a bunch of people are coming. He's taking his hat off like every 5 seconds, taking the hat off, putting it back on, shake someone's hand. I'm
That's the funny part. The fact that he puts it back on for when it's multiple people and takes it off, puts it back on.
That way, each person gets their own hat removal. Like, I'm not going to blanket remove for the group.
Right.
You deserve one, and so do you.
He's a
big
legend.
boy though, right?
But I mean, at the end of the round, I think all right. Do you think blanket removing of the hat is acceptable, or you have to remove and put on every
Well,
time?
I would say, like, when I get to the 18th green and I'm shaking hands with everybody I just played golf with, it's generally a single removal.
Correct.
And then I work my way through the group.
Yep.
It's not like, into you, ma'am, into you, sir. Okay. Next one, as I was telling the story of following the Rory group, and it was crazy. Here's the other part that's crazy, because we'll get to next person I saw. It was the most media entourage following a single group that I've ever seen.
The Rory group?
Yes. Like there's always, at any big tournament, at a major, doesn't matter, the inside the ropes people, there's generally, 20, 30 photographers, media following the big group, and then like some cops and like all this stuff, and, some like player family sometimes. And the group was, I don't know, 150 people.
Wow.
Maybe more, like following, like it was crazy.
Which day? Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
This was on the Saturday because I wanted to go out there and witness the chaos,
Yeah.
And I'm like, and if I want to get into the heart of the chaos, I'm going to follow the Rory group, of course.
Because he's giving it back.
Yeah, it was going in every direction. Following, and so I get over there and I'm like standing by the green and I'm watching this whole play out, the par 3, and I look over and I was like, oh, there's Ken Griffey Jr., who's here as a photographer with his media badge, like working.
Yeah.
And there was like a video floating around. I think Sports Illustrated posted it on their Instagram. I don't know where else. But there was this whole thing like in partnership with some jet company, but he flew in on a private jet to be a photographer. I would imagine he is the only photographer on site who came in a PJ.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, it's probably not too common.
That's
I
exactly.
love Ken Griffey Jr., man. He's one of my favorite baseball players of all time.
It was so he's like there, and whatever. Like he and I have DM'd on Instagram. He had some I posted a video, like went kind of viral, and he sent me a message, like asked me about it, like, hey, like it was a travel video. He was like, do you know how I get info on that or whatever? And I was just like,
Holy cow.
I'm like, there's a blue check mark, and I click on it, and there's like, 800,000 followers. I was like, oh my God, I was like, it happened a few other times. Whatever, it's cool. What it turns out is he's just like a super nice guy. Like, wildly nice. We'll get there. So I'm chilling. I'm watching. Their group leaves. I'm like, I'm done. I'm gonna be done following Rory because I kind of want to like observe Ken Griffey Jr. now for a little bit. I'm in the Ken Griffey Jr. group. Following him. And so I'm hanging out. And now the next group up was Scottie and others. I don't remember who was all and everything.
How big was the following compared to the Rory following?
I would say 75%.
Okay.
As large.
That's still massive. When you got 300 something, now you're at 200 people.
Right. And still, like, even the less amount was more than I'd ever seen following a group at any tournament ever. And as I'm sitting there, Meredith Scheffler like walks right in front of me, and she like gets right up, like down in front of all the photographers, and she's like down on like one knee, like watching. And I will tell you this was probably one of the coolest, like most special things I saw. There were a lot of player family in and out and, whatever, moving in everywhere. She was so like locked in and in tune with Scottie. Like she felt every putt more than him. Like, because, obviously like, he'll be like, if he does make the putt or like, but her, like, I mean, you could see like she was crushed for him if the putt didn't go in. Yeah. She celebrated so hard. Like you could tell. I mean, this like beautiful, wholesome, thing, like, they're like high school sweethearts and the whole thing. Like she understands what he's going through, what this means to him. And it's like, it meant every bit of that to her. And to watch her, like, and again, like I'm of course, I'm not going to go up to her. I'm not going to say anything. Like there's no point. It's not my place in media, but it's also like respecting, like she is out here for one reason, and it's to watch her husband do this thing.
Yeah.
And, it was just, I don't know. I thought there was something very cool and very special about like watching her, the level of which it meant to her and everything that happened, the putt, and then when the other team and this and that. And it was just like, man, like it was just cool. It was wholesome. It was lovely. It was nice. And it was funny because I look over, and where she had knelt down to watch Scheffler was right in front of Ken Griffey Jr. And I was like, what an interesting moment. I'm like,
right?
Madam Scheffler, Ken Griffey Jr., like we're all just out here hanging out. Me, beef.
You are the two of them.
And so that group moves along. I still continue to stay. And I had watched the amount of people that stopped to like fist bump Ken Griffey Jr., say hi, high five, ask for a picture. He did all of them. He did not deny a single person. He did it with a smile. It was very like John Daly-esque. The time I could think of him, different story. Not gonna, whatever. He gave everybody a moment. He just let him have the moment and seemed very positive about it. Like was never like but just real quick. It was like sure, come on in here. Like like whatever. He's like, you enjoying the tournament? Like each person. And so like me, I'm like. I don't know. I want to go say hi. I don't know. Do I not? Whatever. And so like, I'm now like at the back of this green for like a good half hour, like contemplating how to like manage the situation, like my anxieties through the roof. And like, I'm like, he's so nice to everybody. I was like, well, maybe I'll go over there now. And then somebody walks up and I'm like, no, don't go up there now. Don't go up there now. Like, like
your whoop is at 160.
Which it's coming up on the broadcast, like heading over to Dan, who's having a clear panic attack. I got my inhaler out, like, so it finally came a point where like it was between groups and there was just nobody around. And I'm like, Ken, what's up? I was like, Kenneth or whatever. I didn't know what to say. I was like, no, don't call him that. That's not what nobody calls him that.
You didn't call him Kenneth.
No.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are like Griff. I was like, do I say Griff or is that like, do you have to know? Like, is there a certain amount of games you have to have watched to get like be on a Griff level?
Did you ever see him actually play?
Well, I had the Ken Griffey Jr. baseball game on N64.
Okay. Right.
So I mean that's pretty deep if you know what I mean. It was it like the home run derby or something? I don't know, whatever. I finally go over whatever. I was like, dude, Dan's Golf World. We've DM'd a couple times. He messaged me about some travel videos, and he like turned his head a little bit, and he was like, "What's up? What's up, dude?" Like, and I was like, "Yes, okay, we got somewhere." Instead of being like, "Nah, I deal with a lot of people, like, but whether he, I don't know. So he's like, "All right, as long as I got you here, I got my wife into golf now. We've been playing some golf. Where should I take her on a golf trip? I'm like, oh, I'm not like a travel guy. I just made this one cool travel video. Like, I'm not like a travel agent.
Right, yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm like, well, and also like, it's tough because he's probably played some cool places.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be like, oh, have you played Pinehurst? He's like, yeah, all of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I was like racking my brain.
TPC, have you hit any of those yet? Like,
Tell him Green Garden.
And I was like, it would be a great one. I'm like, and then while you're over there, you can stop in, play, do the show. I was like, well, where have you been? He's like, well, I just got back. We did Ireland and Scotland and played like 7 or 8 courses over there. I did New Zealand a little bit ago. And then we stopped over and played Australia, played Melbourne National, whatever it's called. And then he went out and then he was like, and then we got done. He just like rattled through like some islands he had played.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never even heard of these places. I'm like, I'm supposed to give him a recommendation. I'm like, I'm on Golf Now, like trying to see if they've got like a hot deal.
He's calling the gopher. He's calling the gopher.
Literally, I'm like, I have no frame of reference to this like life that you live. It's incredible. It's beautiful.
Right.
Like, earn it. One of the, everybody on earth knows your name. You should get to play anywhere you want.
so there's these grouping of 3 courses in California, right on the shore.
And so I told him, I said, there is a course that I have wanted to play for a long time, and it's Banff Springs in Canada, and it's surrounded by the mountains and the trees and everything. And he was kind of like, like it didn't land. And I was like, but I mean, there's something, you talked about a wife trip, something kind of like romantic, like a log cabin style getaway. I'm like, but nice, obviously, I mean, it's nice. Like, don't worry, not camping, he was like, and I was like, like sitting around the fire, playing some golf, beautiful mountains, trees, kind of away from everybody. He was like, I got one problem. It was every time we have lit a campfire, whatever, I ended up with another kid. So that's not a good idea. I'm like, I'm dying over here. But then we were just chatting and talking. And,
That's awesome. He's joking with you like that.
yeah, dude,
like
that's what I mean. Like, I was like, this guy is so cool.
Right.
Like, just completely cool. It was awesome. I don't know. We hang out, told some more stories, and like people would interrupt, and he's like, he'd literally tell me, he'd be like, hang on one second. He's like, let me grab this picture, but don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't go anywhere. Instead of like, sometimes it's like a segue, like, oh, I'm going to move on from you.
Right.
It's this person's turn now, but it was like, yeah, don't go anywhere.
I'll stay right here, Ken.
Yes. I will never move. In fact, I'm still there.
Waiting for him.
And so it got to the point where like, the conversation had sort of wrapped, and I was like, I'm going to take it upon myself. Like, hey man, I'm going to go catch up with the next group. It was super awesome to meet you, whatever. And he just like, dude, he's like, good to meet you too. And he says, the greatest thing on earth. He goes, don't be a stranger.
Awesome.
It's like, okay, I won't.
Get him on the
I'll never
show.
be one.
Get him on
I
the
will
show.
never be one. Yeah, it was fun.
that's awesome.
Super cool moment.
You got to be the one that ended the conversation with Ken Griffey Jr.
Which is honestly, like, for the sake of them, the best thing anyone can do.
Oh my God,
Right.
yeah.
When it's not like, so anything else you want to stand here and ask me? No, I'm good.
See, I
That's all I
love,
got.
I love Ken Griffey Jr. There was an interview of him when he was still playing.
Yeah.
His dad, because he played a couple, how many seasons did he play with his dad? 1 or 2, couple, few, 1, 3, 6, 7.
A couple of
maybe three.
But his dad was on the Yankees when he was younger, and the Yankees kicked him out of the clubhouse or the dugout or whatever. Like, he wasn't allowed to like practice with the boys and stuff like that. And so he told everyone, he goes, I won't play baseball if the only team that'll accept me is the Yankees.
No.
He refused to play for the Yankees. So after he was done with the Mariners, he went to the Reds. Then he played for the White Sox for a little bit, and then I'm pretty sure he finished his career in Seattle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta love me some Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, got to. Good guy.
He'd have done great on the Bears.
How far do you think?
What position?
Hey, Rich, how far do you
all
think he
of
can hit a golf ball?
Versatile.
As far as
You think he's got DeChambeau power? 'Cause
No,
he can
no.
hit a baseball.
he can hit it forever. The problem is baseball swings and golf swings don't really correlate. And when you start swinging like a baseball, you don't hit it like that. Do I think he's going to be an athlete and be able to hit it far? Yes, for sure. But Bryson DeChambeau arguably is the best driver on the tour. as far as lengths goes.
Well,
Which tour?
we saw that. I mean, obviously, the only one cutting off the corner on one.
Yes,
and
consistently doing it and doing it well.
Yeah, and
it gets hairy over there.
And getting like closer. Like by the last day, he was like almost completely on the green. Like you could tell he was like, okay, I got that line. Let's try this one. By the final day, he's like, then let's try this one. I will say is so fun to watch live.
Griffey played about a year and a half, two seasons
with his dad.
Yeah,
he grounded him during a game too.
Grounded.
Yeah, he. I think he stole a fly ball from him.
Yeah. It was great because it was left field, center field.
Yeah.
And he came in, and his dad was like totally set up for it. And Junior was playing center, comes running over, and just yoinks the ball from him. His dad looks. It's like, what the hell?
He Kelly'd him from. You ever seen Bad News Bears?
I don't know. Am I supposed to say yes?
It's a good clip.
You guys know.
I mean, you'll be able to show the clip. It's a good clip for sure.
Yeah, it's basically like just the outfielder that just caught everything. He didn't care about it anyway. Just caught the ball.
Modeled after Ken Griffey Jr.
There it is.
My new friend.
I
won't be a stranger.
That's awesome.
It actually was before Ken Griffey Jr.
Well, it was preemptive and it was still about him. Okay, everything's about him.
That is a great story about Ken Griffey, though.
It was incredible.
That was
that's
awesome.
really awesome.
And there was a couple other fun ones. Like I was on the phone at one point, standing outside the media center, and I look over and I hear somebody else on the phone, and you try to create separation. It's Smiley Kaufman. I was just like, oh, it's Smiley. I'm like talking over him,
taking a break from NBC.
Yeah, literally. I was like, oh, it's Smiley. It's fine. In the media center, the rows of desks and all that. Our space was just one space over from Dan Rappaport and his gang. It's kind of fun. Got to say hi to him a couple times. Frankie,
I would love to figure out a way to get Dan on the show. You go on their show, just kind of I think that'd be so awesome.
His channel's called Dan on Golf, right?
Dan on Golf's World.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you go on his show and it's Dan on Dan.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah. Frankie, got to see him. He was sitting in the media dining, eating or something, and I was like, we almost had him, didn't we? He goes, I wanted to believe.
Borelli.
Yeah.
So you walked in there.
But, I feel like it was so difficult to get momentum going with the announcer we had on the first tee. I mean, what? Who? How? In what world? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Little backstory, little history here. So, as we know, this MC person, I don't have this page up. Name? Do we have a name?
Wasn't it Heather McMahon?
Yes. Heather McMahon. Yeah.
She had to resign after leading a chant that was "F you, Rory" from the microphone to the crowd.
No
way. But I don't blame her because every other chant she attempted to lead failed so horrifically that she was trying to do anything to get the crowd going. And I mean, I get it. I have nearly crashed and burned on stage before. I do understand what it's like when you're doing anything to get the crowd on your side. However, this attempt, I believe, did go a little too far. But just to get an idea, and before we roll this, here's what I'm going to tell you. Friday morning, we're out there, and it's just different. If you go to any sporting event, there aren't these orchestrated cheers and chants that everybody goes through. There's a couple basic ones, and get something like this USA, that's pretty classic, But the European teams have these songs, you know what I mean? I don't know, oh, Tommy Fleetwood, you're the love of my life, oh Tommy Fleetwood, I'd let you shag my wife. Nah.
I like that one.
Too soon.
I like that one.
The wound is fresh.
There's nothing like that going on.
But that's also the European style when
totally
they go to any kind of sporting event.
But there's this weird feeling of we're losing. We're losing at the chanting game because theirs are super cool and ours are just yeah, F you, Rory.
We get in with the players though. They feel it.
Again, it's just from an outsider's perspective, it looks like there's a different enthusiasm by the orchestration that they have in their songs and all that.
Different strokes.
Friday morning, we're out there. It's early. The sun's barely rising. And they hand the mic over and they're like, and we're going to welcome up the MC of the whatever. And I was like, hi, I'm Heather. And I'm going to be with you guys all weekend. And I was just like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was like, first of all, okay, I used to play music. I've done a lot on stage, done a lot of stuff. That is an insane way to like. Listen, go to any rock concert. Like, how does it go? Like, how's it going, New York? Like, not like, hi. Like, this is not going to go well. Like, I knew it immediately that this is not going to go well. And
This was day one of the tournament.
this is
her first
day
moment.
1, line 1. Like, you know what I mean? Like, turn the movie off.
You couldn't have called it earlier than you did.
And it just proceeded to go even worse. And then to like insult to injury, her wireless mic was cutting in and out. But I don't.
You're when you're on the mic, you're looking for command of the audience. You're looking to do all that, and you're Rory.
Yes. And the problem was like she was making long statements and didn't like she just barreled through them. So it was just like the Ryder Cup, Bethpage, tear to death, win, and we were just like, what? Like,
I feel so bad.
yeah, I know it was terrible. And then finally get the mic working, and it was just this is what it went like. And we knew. I know. I almost want to take my
We've
headphones
seen
out.
it so many times.
This, I will say, cringe warning.
I have not watched this yet.
Okay. Slow down. Slow down. You guys all took Adderall this morning. Slow down. Here we go. 1, 2, clap. 1, 2, clap.
Oh, but it's instantly going faster.
Here come the lyrics. Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna let the forefathers try and teach you this.
We're gonna try this one more time.
Yeah, run
Doesn't
it back.
work, we'll do a DeChambeau one. We want the whole crowd.
If it doesn't work, we're gonna do a DeChambeau one.
On the bleachers, all right? Ready? One more time.
And the Europeans are just singing over them.
1, 2, 3. That's Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's
tough.
bad.
That's tough.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, of course, everyone was pissed off. It's so tough. It's so tough, right? Like, I knew. I'm like, this is gonna go nowhere. Like, you need someone who knows how to do this. Like, I don't know if Rich, you have. I don't know, either of you gentlemen have been to like a live television recording of like a live show, and they're like coming back from commercial, and they got these like people that are in there, like, and their job is to get the crowd hyped. And during the commercial breaks, they keep the crowd hyped. And these people are experts at this. And a lot of times, like if you go to live show tapings, California, wherever, these people are so good at it. And they have music that they know everyone's going to sing along to. They get everybody up and moving. They get the whole crowd going. These guys are experts. And then they're like, okay, we're coming back from a commercial. Come on, let's make some noise one more time. And you'll see them. And they'll throw it to the host, and the crowd's still going. And the host is like, well, welcome back. We're going to, the finale of whatever. And it's like, those people are good at moving a crowd and creating energy and doing something. This would be what would be considered the opposite.
Now, do you think it's because they feel like the audience feels like they're involved, like in the process?
Yes, of course. That's why you do it, right? Like that's why, like on the TV and stuff like that. Like that's because you want a lot of energy when the show's on, and you want them clapping and cheering, right? So you get the people that are really good at this,
Yeah.
and you get the crowd's energy up. So and it tries to get up higher than during the commercial, because then when the crowd naturally settles, it's still here. Opposed to it's here and it settles and now it's all the way down here.
Right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if everybody's sitting like texting and they're like, hey guys, everybody hurry up and stand up. We're coming back from commercial. Okay, start applauding. Like it wouldn't feel right.
Right.
But if you have everybody up like dancing and moving and whatever, like, okay, we're coming back. Let's do it in 10, 9, make some noise.
Let's go. And then it comes back out and everybody's already cheering.
Yeah.
Right? But like they had the right idea, but just executed terribly. Because all they had to do is when they're like, all right, stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. She goes, let's go, Scottie.
Right.
Crowd.
On
Let's go,
rhythm
Scottie.
with the stomps and claps.
Yes.
In some form of like a melodic singing tone.
And you can do it as fast as you want. Let's go, Scottie. Let's go. It doesn't matter like if it's going slow, if it's going fast. You just
No,
Like,
I'm
let's
sticking to
go,
that tempo
Scottie.
I
Like,
said earlier.
and then just let you do. Oh, stop clapping! You guys are clapping too fast. What?
Y'all took Adderall this morning.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
god.
should be on beat then.
Holy
Dude.
cow!
Crazy.
That was the.
And so at
I'm
some
speechless.
point, to get the crowd on her side and get it going, she started leading an F you Rory on the mic to the crowd.
Did you get video of that?
There is video. It's not mine, but there are clips. You can find them. They're easy to find.
Yeah.
And here's what's funny.
Can we take a show time out quick?
Are we playing
No,
that?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's in
I'm
the
kidding.
clip.
Like-
It's playing now.
Nah,
Whoa! Yeah.
Oh, that was uncalled for.
You can't do that.
It's insane.
Have a little respect.
Here's the best part. Like Sunday morning, we got the post went all over social media that the MC had quit, essentially resigned from the position with an apology
Friday?
statement. No, this was Sunday morning because this thing, like I said, it went on for 2 days. This was all Friday,
Oh, no.
all Saturday, and some point during the Saturday, we got the "F you Rory" chant. So by Sunday morning, she's like, "I'm not coming back." Put out an apology statement, and so I finally got her name. And so I hurried up and Googled. I was like, who is she? Like, I'm just wondering, why? And the Wikipedia page came up, and I took a screenshot of it. At 10:20 a.m., it was already on her Wikipedia page saying the woman who started the F you Rory chant at the Ryder Cup was on Wikipedia 10:20 a.m. Sunday morning.
Wow.
Yeah, after the announcement came out. Yeah,
so
it's just it's tough. It's weird. I don't know.
I hate to see when people just fail that hard.
I
You
know.
it's like
And on both directions, failed the fans. The fans were failed to not have a leader to help this crowd get going, to create the energy for the team, for all, you know what I mean? It's like, we are the home team. And to have somebody to rally this crowd together.
so brutal.
And then to fail personally, to do it so wrong that you quit your job and it's now 20 minutes later on your Wikipedia. It's crazy. I don't know.
F you Rory chant.
It's wild.
How did you think?
I know.
Who on their right mind?
I know.
Well, I guarantee it worked better than the Scottie Scheffler chant. People can get behind that one.
This doesn't work with doing the DeChambeau one.
And then he didn't do DeChambeau, he did Scheffler.
No. You know what's even funnier? He stuttered, and it sounds like he said, "We're gonna do a douchey DeChambeau."
Oh Jesus! I mean, at that point, you're just holding on for dear life,
Right.
And then if that doesn't work, we'll do a Cantlay one.
I like how we do not want to talk about the loss so bad. We're just going after all the staff.
Yeah. All right, let's hold on. Who else's fault is it? Looking through my notes here.
Smiley.
Everyone, and it's not Keegan's.
I do kind of feel like she is a representation of how our Friday and Saturday went.
Oh, just terrible from the start.
Just yes.
Hey, after she left, we started playing good.
Okay, wait. Do we
have a witch on our
Wait.
hands?
Is that what it was?
Do we get to blame this whole thing on her?
Yes.
Or do we credit her for leaving and giving us a chance to come back?
I'm just saying that we would have dominated that hard all 3 days,
Right.
But I don't know.
That's hilarious. I mean, could you imagine if we would have flipped one of those 1 point wins, flipped it over? That's a 2 point change.
I mean,
and the freebie.
I was talking with Bob Harrigan. He was like, think about it. He goes, if even Scottie would have won one of his early matches, you know what I mean? Or if Bryson would have flipped one, you know what I mean? That's it. It's not even it just changes everything. I mean,
Here's what absolutely blows me away, and I don't know if we're diving into it yet, but I'm heading there.
hopefully it's the same page I have up. Go ahead.
So the crazy thing to me is how poorly we did on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday? How about
Saturday.
Saturday? Yeah. Friday and Saturday, how poor we did, to Sunday, complete domination.
I think it's wildly interesting, and let's speculate because that's what we're the best at.
Of course. And we're always right.
Do they excel in the singles format, or was it their backs were up against the wall, so it forced them to play like they've never played before?
Do I have to pick one?
both. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's a little bit of both.
I agree as well.
Yeah.
We all cop out on this, but I mean, I'm with you.
I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, even like we were all leaving the SI house Sunday morning, and it felt like, all right, let's head in and just go wrap this thing up. Like, you know,
Yeah.
what stories are we even going to write today? Like, it felt very like just we got to go through the motions because this thing is just done. It's all over. And I wonder, to go along with those potentially deciding factors, did Europe have a little bit of that feeling? Like, let's go wrap it up. Like, hey, if just of all of us, just a couple of you guys get some points, it's done.
Yeah, Shane Lowry said he did not expect him to be the saving putt.
Right, that deep in the stack. Like
Yeah.
in their minds, like
was already
Shane Lowry's like, doesn't matter. Like any of all of these guys, just get a couple points, couple of half points, a little bit of anything.
They thought they were winning the first match.
Yeah, well, and it went wildly different.
But what's crazy when you think about it, because so basically Sunday's format is what they do week in and week out, every single weekend that they're playing, every tournament they're doing is very similar to that format, right? They're playing their own ball. There's nobody else to do with anything they're doing. It's up to them, play their ball. And statistically, we have the better players. If you look at the rankings, if you look at all of that, our players are better at the rankings. So why, when it comes to the team aspect, why do we do so poorly?
I don't know. I mean, is it history? Is it, obviously Rory and Shane Lowry have been friends since they were kids. Like John Rahm and Terrell Hatton are best friends, but are also on the same team on Live Golf. And just 3-4 weeks ago, we're doing a teams playoff and, took Bryson's Crushers team down. Like they were just playing in this format just a brief moment ago together.
Yeah.
On the same team, like doing this exact thing. I don't know. Is that what it is? Is there more depth in history in the team and chemistry and they understand each other and all of that? I don't know. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's okay, Scottie Scheffler, when he plays his ball, he drives a certain distance. He then approaches from a number that he's familiar with and then hits it to a place on the green that he wanted the ball and then makes putts from that spot he wanted to leave himself.
Yes.
And now he's hitting from potentially where Russell Henley had drove the ball or where he had chipped it to. So is that part of it? But on the other hand, it's like, but he's the number one player in the world. Like he doesn't always hit his mark and sometimes he misses and sometimes it's short, it's long, it's left, it's right. And that happens.
And you're telling me if he's 10 yards this way or 10 yards that way, he can't put the ball to where he wants
over
it?
there. Yeah, I don't, my putter just goes all whoop-de-doo.
My chip is terrible because I'm 10 yards.
Yeah.
I'm 10 yards left of where I want it, so I can't chip this to the green now exactly where I want it. Like,
Yeah.
of course he can.
All right. So it's like when you try and rationalize some of that stuff, it's like, but a shot is a shot. Like, okay, you got to get up and down over a bunker to the short-sided pin. Like, well, I can't do it because he drove the ball there.
What's interesting is I heard one of the reporters talking and they were saying something to the effect of, it seems like just the Europeans are much more team and they are, just like you're saying, they're more friendly. They're more just open with everybody, laughing, joking, having a good time. Where a lot of the US guys, it gets kind of cliquey. And like, us two are kind of friends, but this guy over here, we don't really talk to him very much. And like these two over here kind of exclude everybody else.
And pull the one girl's hair. And
Right. It just, everybody's kind of very cliquey on the US side. They're not as open. Why? I don't know. But I mean, that's kind of something that you got to take a look at that because it's year in and year out. We don't win the first 2 days and we destroy the last win.
How often are they switching people out on Team Europe? Because, we only had one, and it was a brother that was there.
Half, yeah.
It was there the year before he didn't play, but he was still there.
It was Højgaard for Højgaard.
And the U.S., where they have like 3 or 4 new guys, first Ryder Cup.
Well, but here was the thing, like in the last Ryder Cup, Zach Johnson went the route of trying to keep the band together.
Yeah.
And, kept on, Fowler and, Spieth and like a lot of these guys that potentially didn't belong there at that moment in their career. And Justin Thomas wasn't even playing that well then. So they went the route of trying to keep the band together and that didn't go well because these guys weren't playing at their peak. So to me, it was like, okay, well then let's take the guys that are playing at their peak. And they were a lot tighter into the top of the world golf rankings leaderboard to build the team, assemble the best players we have. But then now we don't have any history or depth or track record together. I don't know. It is a tough position because their team has been the same top players sort of consistently. you know, and they get to show up and keep doing this with the same guys and getting the same result. And our top players in terms of Team USA have shifted quite a bit. So I don't know. But here's what I will tell you. You want to talk about the Sunday, the singles, to me, in my opinion, was some of the most exciting golf I've ever seen in my life. It was, I mean, I am telling you, I have never seen anything like it, where just the tide turning and the belief and the hope and like what came out of these guys was not only fun to watch, it was inspiring. It was, I mean, I was like borderline getting emotional out there. I was just like, how is this happening? How are they doing this? How are they turning this ship around and coming back and dominating in the final day? So much so that 8.5 points in singles ties the all-time record for the most points to ever be had in singles. I mean, that to go from just getting absolutely waxed the first 2 days to tying the all-time record in singles points is unbelievable. And Keegan Bradley talked about it in the press conference. He said the thing that was the most surprising to me was Saturday night when we were in the locker room and we were talking, every single one of these guys were just like, no, we're not out of this. Like, no, we can still totally win, guys. Like, he's like, there was a confidence that was there. He goes, that I was on board with, but I was surprised. Like, I wasn't pulling them out of the gutter. They were already out. They were just like, no, like we got Sunday. And if you look at it, like we could do this. And
that's so crazy because we were so far behind.
So far behind that it was just like, are we even playing Sunday? Is this like a formality? Like, do we have to do this just for like historical record? And then it turns into a 2-point difference or a 1.5 point difference if you want to talk about the envelope rule.
Well, I mean, I feel like the U.S., we didn't play that horrible in the first 2 days. It was just the fact that Europe played so well that it's like, okay, we can still play just as well, and maybe they miss a couple putts, and then all of a sudden the tide completely turns.
Well, you even look at like the Scottie, Scheffler, DeChambeau. Would they shoot like 9 under through 16?
Yeah.
Which is 9 under through 16 holes is phenomenal. But against Rosie and Fleetwood, who shoot 11 under, and it's just like
Rosie and Fleetwood was a team.
But then like
wasn't
so
even
was
Fleetwood.
Rose, or so was McIlroy and Fleetwood. Like that was a team. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I was looking at it like in all-time Ryder Cup teams, like the best performing teams together, John Rahm and Terrell Hatton and Rory and Tommy Fleetwood are both like T4 for all time. Like we had no U.S. pairings in the all-time, and they had 2 in the top pairings. The other guys don't even play anymore. Like of people currently playing, you know what I mean? So they do have some magic over there, but again, it's like, well, break up the band, like get them separated, and let's just hack them down in singles.
So
we destroyed them in singles.
Let me ask you guys this: if you had the option to change this year's Ryder Cup team of the 12 guys, and to maybe bring in one of the guys from one of the past teams that aren't playing as well now, like a Finau or a Spieth or a Ricky Fowler or maybe a DJ or something, or Patrick Reed. If you had to take one guy off our team and fill him with one of those, who would you take out and who would you put in to add that experience to the Ryder Cup team?
English for Reed.
I like that.
Yeah.
You guys same?
I love English for Reed. I also wish the captain was playing.
I'll be honest with you. I would have been the same thing, English for Reed, but then DJ for Morikawa.
But
DJ was playing a little better at the end of the year this year, at least.
Yeah.
Or even Brooks.
Brooks has been so bad. Brooks has been really bad.
His last few tournaments, he's been
That's
in the
way
top
too
5.
late. That's way too late.
Oh, you're talking about these DP World Tour tournament? I mean, yeah, but
like
they
the
picked
selection was over, and then none of these guys played in the tournament he did super well at.
Yeah.
Like again, I'm a gigantic Brooks Koepka fan. I
too.
mean, like gigantic.
Me too.
To me, that's a wild pick only because he's even talked about how much he's struggling.
Yeah.
You know, so like somebody to come in at like, not like, come on, man, pick me. Like I'm your guy, put me in, coach. The guy was like, well, there's a lot going into why I'm not playing well.
Well, what about Keegan playing? You didn't even think about.
That's what
I'm
Rich said.
saying.
Yeah.
Keegan.
All right, let's jump into the Keegan topic here for a second.
And just to say, when we're talking about the 3, we had Morikawa, English, and Henley, where all 3 of them only got a half point.
Yeah. And the only reason I didn't list Keegan on that list of guys is Keegan, I think, is playing well enough to be on the team. All those guys, like even Phil throw in there, probably weren't playing well enough to be on the team, but all good vibes guys, been on the team before.
That would have been it. You take one of the 3, you take Henley for Mickelson?
Match play guy.
You know,
I'm a head games
feel
guy.
like- I feel like
that's all he does.
Yeah.
That's all he does. You're going to have Rory being like, you know, middle say, like,
Yeah.
you know.
And meanwhile, he's like, "Did you change my rangefinder?" Keegan Bradley as a captain, in my personal opinion, which matters very little, I found him to be one of the most inspiring Ryder Cup captains. And there was something about his love for the Ryder Cup, his belief in the Ryder Cup, his passion for the whole thing. I mean, the press conferences leading up to it, just everything. I mean, him out there on the course handing out tickets, like he's there. Like there was something about that to me that made me fall in love with the Ryder Cup more than I ever had. And
It's his love for the Ryder Cup that inspired so many more people to gain more love for the Ryder Cup.
And so here's the question. And even when you see him out there on the course, like when you're watching him, he was like everywhere. And he was even like, you would see him like guys hitting out of a bunker and he's on the opposite side of the bunker, like where you almost can't see him, where he's like hiding below the bunker, just like watching the shot, watching what's happening, watching balls come out of the grass, radioing back to vice captains and things like that. And like letting them know like, hey, they're in the rough, but they're in awesome position because they're going to be able to control their spin out of there. They're in a great spot. Like he's going ahead of shots, spotting, he's following groups that need something. He's stepping in and talking to guys before they hit putts because he watched two other guys hit that same putt. And he's like, it's not going to break as much as you think. Morikawa was over there and missed that putt just a little bit outside. Like talking to the guys, like none of that happens if he's a player captain. So
does none of it happen, or does another captain, vice captain, able to step up and do a lot of stuff like that? You get him out there. You know, I
don't think. And again, I'm actually gigantic fans of these guys. I don't think that is Kevin Kisner. Okay. I don't think that is Gary Woodland or Jim Furyk. I think there was something. He's young. He's 39 years old. Like he's still has some zest and still is a player at the top of his game, knowing like this is how I'm hitting this putt. This is what's happening. He also was a part of designing the setup for the course, and so he understands the workings of it inside and out. He's played it growing up. He's probably spent more time there, other than like Cam Young playing New York golf out there. And to me, I was heartbroken when he didn't choose himself as a player captain. After the tournament weekend, I was like, I get it. And what I understand is he's such a good captain that he got that too. That he knew if I am accepting this role, it was offered to me, I'm choosing to accept it, then I'm going to pour my blood, sweat, and tears into being the hands down best captain for Team USA. And if that means I don't get to fulfill my own dream of playing on the team, then so be it. I'm sacrificing something that has meant more to me than anything on this planet because I'm accepting this role and I'm choosing to do it at the absolute best of my ability. And once again, like, look at this here. Keegan Bradley, where is he sitting? Dead center of the press conference.
Yeah.
If you look back at press conferences in history past, there are press conferences where the captain's not up there. It's just players. You know what I mean? It's like, and the way that he even took responsibility sitting up there, and like some reporters were throwing him questions,
That was absolutely huge, the way he was taking responsibility for stuff.
Dude, he was diving on the sword for his team so they could have dignity.
Yep.
And so that he was like, listen, it has nothing to do with any of these guys. They showed up and they played their hearts out. It's on me. I set this course up. I made the pairings. I made the decisions. I decided who sat. I decided who plays. This, if we win, if we lose, it doesn't matter. You look at me. Yeah. He was like, I am the one to blame here for this loss and not one of these guys. These guys gave their heart and soul for Team USA. And I have nothing but respect and appreciation for every one of these guys. He goes, this loss is my fault.
Didn't JT butt in and say you didn't miss those putts for us though, or something after that?
Yeah,
I think he did.
Yeah.
But it
I
was
think
like,
JT did. Yeah.
And that was the thing. It was like he was like, but I wasn't like, well, man, if we were just making a few more putts, he's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do. If I'm going to be the leader, then I am going to ride this sinking ship till it's completely underwater without a life jacket. And it doesn't matter.
Right.
Now, I have a question.
Hopefully it's a good one because I'm on a roll right now.
It is. Why are the Ryder Cup not playing for money, playing for pride? Do you think Keegan is going to sit on that for a while, or do you think this is like something that's just going to like brush him over in like a month?
I think it matters so much less to the players than it does everybody else, because to us, $200,000 sounds like a lot of money. And to these guys who have won tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars on top of sponsorships and tops of everything else, it is borderline insignificant, which is why after it hit the media, most of the team goes, I'm just donating the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't even care. It doesn't even matter.
Half of them, it cost them $200,000 to go out on a weekend with all the
Yeah.
trainers they bring and all the
Right.
travel and the hotels and everything. Like, you know,
Right. And so to me, I think it should exist. I think the money should stay. And I think people need to kind of grow up and understand how this thing works and realize that these guys bringing out, like, if you look at like the Golf Digest top rated swing coaches on the planet, and these guys have them standing behind them for a week.
Yep.
Like, and paying their travel and flying them out private and all of this stuff. Like,
and a lot of times their families.
exactly,
You know?
right.
It's like, hey, I know you. We're taking time away from your family, Mr. Swing Coach. Like, here, bring them all. You know,
Right, and
We'll
put them up in
all
this huge
VRBO,
house that cost a ton to be right
Yes.
near the course and all this. I don't know.
You don't think it'll last like the loss, like losing the Ryder Cup? Do you think it'll last longer than like if you choke the Ryder Cup rather than choking like the Masters?
Well, define what you mean by
like
the last is going to linger. Like the loss.
the
will linger.
loss, like when like a big loss, like you could have won something and then that sits with you as like a captain.
Like is he just
being the
moping around
leader.
the horse?
Let's look at it like
house,
this.
Or like,
Keegan Bradley still has not unpacked that Ryder Cup suitcase from when he played and lost, because it still stings. It still hurts. And he carried that into this
yes.
and didn't get the outcome he wanted. So we're talking, you know, what he's going to have like a decade of this lingering over. I do not think this is like, you know, Tommy Fleetwood at the Farmers or whatever. Travelers. That's what it is. Travelers. Which one was it?
Travelers?
It was Travelers. Thank you. Come on. Rich is fine. Yeah. You know, where it's like, I'm sure that bothered Tommy, but by the next week he's on the range hitting balls and he moves on in life. To me, this is something that stays with you for your life, I think, for these guys.
Okay, because I kind of said it weird, but that was like
I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of love that he has for the Ryder Cup, the way you just described that as far as why he chose to not play was because he cared so much about it.
Yeah.
Like that's a great new way of and a new way of thinking about it and looking at it.
Yeah.
Because you're exactly right. Like, I mean, you definitely, his passion for the Ryder Cup came through so huge.
I've got a video of when I was there waiting on the first tee, and he was out there earlier, like at like 5 a.m., hyping up the first wave of the crowd.
Yep.
Went back, did his thing, and then comes back out around 6:30-ish or 6:40. I don't remember exactly. And he comes out and, of course, gives like he jogs out, goes to this crowd and like waves to them, and then jogs over to this crowd and waves to them. And then he turns back and just looks down the fairway. And he just walks up the tee box to the very far edge to right where the rough begins. And he kind of squats down and he's just sitting there. And he brushes his hand through the grass and just sits there. You see him kind of nod his head. And he said something to himself.
Yeah.
And just turns around and he's like, let's go. And I was just like, this dude is into this.
It's like a Mel Gibson movie.
Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, like paint the face, Braveheart.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if we all die. We're fighting for this. We will, even if we don't leave this battlefield, you can bury us out here. We are giving this thing everything we have. And to me, I don't care what anybody says. Then, okay, this brings us to my question.
Go on.
How does this Ryder Cup leave Keegan Bradley's legacy as a captain? Will he be looked at only for the loss, or will he be respected for his leadership through this weekend?
Well, short answer or long answer?
If it's a good one, make it long.
Medium.
Yeah.
If we break this down and we actually think about it, you have Sam Burns that missed that late putt.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetical world, he makes that late putt. Sam Burns makes it. We get rid of the stupid envelope rule where I slept on my neck wrong, so now we get a half a point.
Well, also the Henley putt.
The Henley putt, either one. I mean, you can pick
Cantlay.
either one. The Burns, the Henley, you can pick either one, right? Doesn't matter. You change one of those putts.
Yeah.
You get rid of the stupid envelope rule that just we're crushing, so I'm going to guarantee our team a half a point, and I slept on my neck wrong.
Well, here's the thing, and I am not accusing Hovland of foul play.
Correct.
But I do agree that in that scenario, if you guys watch your footballs and stuff, if a team can't play or a player can't play or the whole team doesn't show up, they just go, hey, we're just splitting the win and we're all good, right? Like, our quarterback twisted his ankle in the parking lot. So, even Steven, right?
So I mean, we're saying with basically a one change of a putt, and as bad as it was Friday and Saturday, we were so dominant on Sunday. That's now a tie.
Yeah.
That's now a tie. Now we can talk about we should have different tie-breaking rules.
All right.
Nothing should end in a tie.
To answer the question, Keegan Bradley's legacy coming out of this Ryder Cup, how will he be viewed in short term as well as in long term?
I don't think you can view this as just this devastating loss and it's a tarnish on his record. It was so close.
So do you feel like as we're rolling around to the next Ryder Cup, he is in prime consideration, or we need to keep searching till we get the right thing?
I would love to see him do it next year.
Me too.
Or in 2 years.
I want him back. Next Ryder Cup.
I would like to see a rematch.
Run it back.
Let's go.
Luke Donald and Keegan
if they
Bradley.
swapped him out, that's fine. Because listen, the shoes could start to get wore out. You want to switch it up?
We need to defeat the beast. We need to slay the dragon.
They should let both of the Hoygaards team captain.
It's actually never been done before, though. Or it's been done, one time in U.S. history has a captain lost their first Ryder Cup and come back the next year. So it's rare to happen, but I would love to see it too.
I feel like we're in a different wave of golf from back then, though. Like, I feel like the Ryder Cup now is the U.S. captains always had hype man. Like, whoever's like hype, like you saw what happened with Full Swing. Yeah. Keegan got screwed. Oh, look, now he's the captain. You know what I mean?
To answer your question, though, Dan, I think the legacy from this Ryder Cup will be he had the seemingly correct process, unfortunate, disappointing result.
Yeah.
Is what I think it comes to.
I think that's a great take.
Yeah.
That's a great take because it's like there's not, I mean, there are tweaks and small things that you can do different always when you're Sunday morning quarterback, Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah. Making me sweat.
Rip it off.
God.
QZ coming off there or no?
But no, that is an absolute great take because you're exactly right. If you just because you did everything right, you don't always get the result that you want.
100%.
And I really think here's what I would love to see. As I would love to see them name him captain in 2 years tomorrow. Like right now. You're the captain. Yeah. That's what it's going to be. And I would love to see him just stew on it and think about it and just everything of his being is going to be thinking about the next 2 years. We already know where it's going to be played. It's back in Ireland, right? So he starts studying the course. He starts looking at all the angles.
He gets like an apartment there.
Exactly.
He's applies for a job on the agronomy team. You know what I mean?
He's like hacking Rory's iCloud somehow.
He takes a group of players and starts developing team and leadership building with them and team building with them,
like once he was announced Ryder Cup captain at other tournaments, wherever it was, he was getting Ryder Cup questions. We start getting that like now, you know what I mean? Like TGL, we're talking Ryder Cup already,
How far in advance did they announce him this time?
It's like 18 months usually.
A year and a half in advance?
Was it that far out?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
If so, then we're not that far out from finding it.
It takes a minute.
Will we find out by the Masters?
I do have a question.
No?
Do you ever think that the Ryder Cup will ever have contracted captains? Or you just signed a 3 or a 6-year deal, 2 Ryder Cup or 3 Ryder Cup deal. You're our captain for these 3 years.
Hey, here's the thing. I don't think it's to the Ryder Cup's benefit. They don't need to lock you in because you might go play for the other team.
Yeah.
So for them, it's like, no, we're going to use you once. And if we like you, we'll ask you to do it again because you'll accept. And here's the other tough thing, though, is they would take Tiger Woods over Keegan Bradley, unfortunately, because that would be so legendary that everybody is a second pick.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So here's the answer. It's July 8th of 2024 is when they announced he was going to be captain.
Okay.
It's almost 18 months.
Yeah. So you're looking
Announce
at
it now.
It's next. So it's next summer. They're going to announce it.
They should be like, Tig, you in or out?
Right.
Classically out. Cool. Formality. All right, Keegan Bradley.
Do you ever think a live player would be captain?
I think it's unfair that there never will be. I think Phil Mickelson would be incredible to
That's what I'm
be
saying, yeah.
involved, even if it is vice captain, wherever it is. I think Phil Mickelson belonged out there in some respect and in some fashion. But there was a tweet he had put out at some point this weekend where he's like, "Listen, I understand that my involvement with the Ryder Cup is completely over, but I will continue to watch and view and root for Team USA."
What about Greg Norman?
I
Captain?
think he's in the same boat, that it's too taboo.
I feel like if Phil is going to be a captain, it would be when he retires. They won't let him do it while he's playing, especially for live.
Let's run another hypothetical here.
Go on.
The Ryder Cup has no option for a tie outcome.
We need to figure this out
If-
on this show right now. Let's figure this out.
It's 14 points to retain or 14 and a half points to take the cup from the other side. There is no way for there to land on a tie 14-14 because then the guys who had it just keep it. I think one of the most incredibly electric moments in all of sports would be a Ryder Cup playoff.
Yes.
There would be nothing. The thing is tied. We are at the end of the third day. We just finished singles and we landed on a dead heat tie. Here's the hypothetical. Who does Team USA put in? Who does the European team put in for a one-on-one singles playoff hole showdown?
One hole?
And what is your
It's just
reasoning?
one and carrying on, right?
And
So
what
you're-
is your reasoning behind picking Cam Young?
Well, here's the no way. Cam Young.
He was the
He
best
was a
player.
Dog.
He was our best player this week.
I think I'm going
hands down.
I think I'm going Xander.
Xander?
Yeah.
He played really good in singles.
He played well and he is experienced. Cam Young, I would be a little bit worried about the moment
I'm
being
gonna
a
go
little
with
too
JJ.
big.
JJ?
I wouldn't go JJ.
He whooped. Who did he beat in singles? He beat a big name, didn't he?
He did lose. He did
JJ
lose a
Spawn got
playoff
2
this year.
points.
He did
He was
lose a
T8.
playoff to Justin Rose.
Scheffler got 3 points. Cam Young got 3 points. So you're looking Scheffler and Young. same amount of
Schauffele.
points. Schauffele, sorry. Yes.
Scheffler, if they had a kid.
Yeah.
Scheffler only got 1.
Scheffler. Scheffler and Schauffele.
Schauffele.
Souffle.
And then Europe picks Rahm or Rose. Or Rory or Tommy.
Tommy at 4.
I will say,
Rory
Rahm
3.5.
Rahm was a bigger threat than Rory, like I called it.
He was right.
But he didn't get more points.
He didn't, but
Did they get the same amount of points?
3 for Rahm, 3.5 for McIlroy.
McIlroy got a little bit backpacked up from by Lowry from time to time.
Yeah,
and he said that
is
as well.
true.
His humongous ass was weighing me down.
But here's a question: Are they doing it from hole 1? Is the playoff?
Generally, they run 18 back.
Because if you were running 1,
DeChambeau.
Bryson.
DeChambeau, he's
Yeah.
gonna hit it straight over on the green.
Yeah.
Like
I think I've got a better idea for the playoff.
Fist fight.
Well,
I'm cool with that.
that would be up there. That would for sure be up there. I'm thinking you run back 18 holes the next day. It's 2 teams of 12 alternate shot between the entire teams. So like Scottie takes one and then JJ Spawn, you go through the whole team.
just like
For
1
18 holes.
For 18 holes, you just
Crazy.
go. You
12 man
shots.
alternate
You're not
shot.
hitting the ball again for 11 more shots.
I hit the
12th
drive
one.
on 2,
Yeah.
a wedge on 6.
And I put it on 17.
You know.
And meanwhile, they're like all taking practice swings in the grass to like stay warm.
24 dudes playing 2 balls.
Yeah, dude. I see either that or it's a full-blown chaotic charity scramble style. 4-man, speakers, shirts off, like, we got tents with the beverage cart girl coming around.
The golf ball gun that shoots them all.
They had to have a drink every hole.
You have to. We get Bobby Burger out there hosting the thing.
Do you see the memes out there saying when America needed Scottie Scheffler most, and then it's a picture of Bobby?
Bobby Burger would have been incredible on that start line, or the starting hole announcement.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right? Dude, everybody would like, he could have said, we'd have been laughing, having fun. And he gets his whole gang out there and like cold cuts, like trips and falls and his fake teeth come out.
Were
And the
they
funny
out
thing is
there?
Cold Cuts would have tripped and fell, not because it was planned.
No,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
would have tripped and fell.
It's not like a prop fall,
Like,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
No.
Were they out there?
I
I
didn't
saw
see them.
they were at some house playing basketball inside of it. So
No, you put the basketball down for one weekend, okay? Wait, basketball inside the house?
yeah,
It's a hell of a house.
So are we saying Fleetwood and Young, that's who the matchup would be? I mean, if you're looking at the numbers, Fleetwood was 4.
The only thing
McIlroy
is,
and Hatton were 3.5. Young was 3.
is Young has not been in as many high pressure situations, but what gets any higher than this?
Right.
And he showed up.
Do you take into account who they were playing? Like I feel Fleetwood's performance was better because he stacked up against really tough guys. Like he was never paired. He was never playing against, English.
But you do know, and like a lot of people like were making this mistake online. They were like, why would they put him against him? It's like, well, it doesn't work like that. Like, the lineups are set and then they announce them and then we see where it lands and their strategy. And this was actually really interesting. Looking back at the day one pairings, we talked a little bit about this on the live, that Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood are like the most dominant pair for Team Europe. And historically, they have been the anchor. And Patrick Cantlay, our slow player, tends to be put in the back to not affect the rest of the team. He can play at his own pace. It's going to affect them. Who cares? And to see that the first pairings, when they were announced, that Luke Donald decided to put Rory and Fleetwood up into the second to last position, up into position 3 instead of 4, to not allow the Cantlay, Hatgate, whole thing that went on last year at the last Ryder Cup have a chance of affecting one of his most dominant duos. And I thought that was really interesting because there is strategy. So when they're like, why is he playing him? It's like, we don't know who's going to play who. We just throw it out there and see what they throw out there. And we're trying to guess and strategize and think.
That 4D chess has got to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Because the captain sat up all night long, just like, and for days, especially for the first pairing, right? Because it's like you get your second and third pairings, like whatever, like, your first pairing day one. And it's just like, all right, so we're gonna do this. And I think they're gonna do this. Well, but they think that I think that they're going to do that, so I'm going to do this. And then they think that I think that they think, so I'm going to think that they think. Like
my favorite moment was in the first pairings announcement happened sort of like press conference style. Usually it happens at the opening ceremony, but there was a weather issue. They moved the opening ceremony up to Wednesday, so the pairing announcements just kind of happened like on their own, and it was isolated, and it was kind of like at a news desk. And you saw Keegan and Luke Donald coming in, and they had like their pairings written down, and the whole time they were sitting talking, you would see them, they were like
covering,
like hiding their homework.
Not showing you,
right? Like it doesn't like it's not like Luke Donald's gonna be like, oh, I can't have him go there. Like, but they were both like hiding their homework, and I was like, it's so funny. Like what happens? He's gonna be like, right? Or you see like the eyes where he's like, yeah, I don't know. It was just
now,
funny. Like, hide your
speaking of
homework.
pairings, Sunday singles.
Yeah.
I have a little conspiracy about the random pairings.
Go on.
How is it that out of all the people that got hurt, out of the one of 12 possibilities that not Russell Henley, who was
English,
Harris English was the guy was facing Hovland with the envelope. And why, if that's the case, then why wasn't there Rory versus Bryson?
I mean, I would say it looked wildly equalized in the pairings for randomness. That's all I'm saying. I have no idea how. Listen, I don't know if you like run the numbers back, whatever, 12 times 12 of randomness potential, and like would probably be, something like infinite number nearly. 144 potential outcomes of 12 by 12 mix-ups. Shouldn't it be more than that? Maybe not. I don't know.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, I don't know. That we end up with the number 1 player and the number 2 player in the world paired up. We end up with, was it Højgaard and Griffin paired up? Like we didn't have any like of these like wild mismatches anywhere throughout the board. I don't know. I mean, because here's the thing, at the end of the day, we all were walking in there thinking that we're just doing this as a formality, and it turned into the match of a lifetime and some of the greatest golf I've ever seen in my life. And you would think that if it was an early blowout and this thing didn't go anywhere, what is the network airing for the next 3 hours?
Yeah.
Like, what are we even watching? Like, what goes on the TV? Like a graphic?
Some
like
celebration, maybe.
Like we're gonna have the guys sitting around a panel just lamenting about like everything that went wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the pairings were so equal that it was even more phenomenal that we went into this like shutout mode.
Yeah.
That it wasn't like, well, yeah, this thing kind of like shook out in a way where we just had this giant upper hand, which isn't the case. I mean, you had number 1 and number 2 in the world paired up together. I mean, it was wildly evenly matched
Yeah.
by, grouping by grouping.
I feel like
And even like Scottie and McIlroy were the 4th pair.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like
They were at the end.
it wasn't. It wasn't like they
or
anchored
last,
or
or-
first, right? They both chose to drop to the 4th.
It's weird.
Like
Some would say it's fate, God. I think it's just
Golf
they did it-
God.
they did
It's
it on
the
purpose.
GG.
why,
God.
why
I
do you
did it on
think they
purpose.
put DeChambeau against Fitzpatrick? You would think DeChambeau would go up against Rahm. And
but
Scheffler,
you think it's really
and
random.
Scheffler would get Fitzpatrick.
it's supposed to be random though, right? So there wasn't this person against this person. Like
And it turned out to be a hell of a match.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know.
all right, what are some things that you would change about the Ryder Cup?
Harris
Actually,
English's name and the fact that he's on the USA team, but he's English. That pisses me off.
All right, instant rule. That's
yeah.
immediate rule.
Yeah.
Harris English plays for the other team now,
There you go.
or changes his name and he can welcome it back.
And we get Rahm.
I think the captains should have the option to play with stymies if they choose so.
What do you mean? What are stymies?
Stymies? That's that really old rule where you weren't allowed to mark your ball, so the guys would have to chip over the other guy's ball on the green.
Oh,
Captain's choice. Are we playing stymies or not?
wow!
Straight up stymies. Yeah.
that would be fun.
Just taking divots in the green.
So bizarre.
And with the craters that were in Bethpage.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah. Stymies. It's a wild take.
I mean, I said it earlier. The envelope.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
got to go.
Okay.
Hey, we hit the ball on that one.
Yeah. We posted the envelope video and then it happened shortly after. And
Yep.
we got to be like right in the mix of the debate.
First
A lot of
time it's
fun.
happened in like 35 years,
Yeah.
and the one time we talk about it.
Just nailed it. All right, here's a question. How should the envelope rule play out? Because again, we have to look at this not in a way where we're like upset it happened to us.
Correct.
And we have to look at it in a way that if, let's say, we were lucky enough for English to have not been able to play on our side somehow randomly, and they had to sit their guy out, and we got that half point when we kind of needed it. Like we were in a direction where a half point would help. I don't know.
So it's just easy fix. We get rid of the stupid envelope. That just goes away. If you can't field your 12 players, you have one of two choices to make. Either A, you forfeit that point because Harris English is going to finish better than you did. You didn't come out and play.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one thing. Two, take any one of the captains or vice captains and let them go play in spot of it. That's just simple. Like you're
Yeah.
injured. All right, we're gonna take you out. It's gonna be a disadvantage. The captains haven't
It's
been.
like you see a guy like suiting up. Like he's just like you're not
it's-
even at
it's-
all ready.
You think
It
about it,
adds
it's
to the
same
strategy
thing.
too. You
It adds to
want
the
to have
strategy.
captains that actually have some game.
Yeah.
And
So you've
I
got
have
like
an
the
analogy for this too.
You've got a captain down on the range, like staying warm all week just in case. Like,
We got our captains are like Jack Nicklaus, Tiger.
But I mean, why not?
I don't know. I haven't had time to process that, but to have an understudy, like a 13th
Right.
sort of man on deck.
Because that's the other thing too. If you don't have a captain, you have to travel a 13th person who has to just stay ready, and he's the one that gets to go in. The problem with that is the last time this happened was like in the 90s or
91,
something.
I think.
91. So it's something that happens so infrequently. I don't think the answer is since 90s that you travel a 13th guy just in case, No, you just have all of them are professional golfers. All those captains are professional golfers. One of them is in the prime of his life for us, for our team.
How electric would that be if like Sunday Keegan is suited
Right?
up? We're just like, comes the smoke billowing out and Keegan comes out like ready.
Or let's even say it comes down to strategy. Maybe there's even, all right, so-and-so, you're out after Friday because you're terrible.
Yeah, let's go twist
And
his
we're-
ankle.
Yeah, we're going to sub you in. We're pulling you out.
So here's my analogy with this whole thing. If you're out, look at it like baseball. If say you're on a team, you only brought 9 guys to the field. I mean, you only could play 9 in traditional baseball rules. No one on the bench. Everyone's playing. Someone gets hurt. That person now is still in the lineup, but cannot play, no longer is playing, and is an automatic out.
Yeah, that's
They don't give him a run or half a run for being.
So it's just the full point is awarded to.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like it's tennis. It's in anything that happens at all. If you're not unable to participate, you get to move forward. You don't get half points.
Yeah, I mean, like take the Olympics. If we're like running the
And I'm not
50
saying
meter.
I'm not saying Victor Hovland didn't want to be out there. I'm not saying that he wasn't hurt.
Well, in fact, I think that assuming his neck wasn't hurt, he's probably beating Harris English.
Yeah, that is true.
But so you didn't.
Right.
So you don't get to like
You don't get a
half
half a
automatic beat him.
Right.
But like Luke Donald said, he goes, here's the thing. Like this was a little brutal. In the press conference, a reporter asked Keegan, like, what do you think about the envelope rule? And he was like, has to change. Has to change. Something has to be done about it. I think it needs to be looked into. And it's just this old rule. Other rules have been changed. This one needs to be changed. And then
You talk about other rules being changed. It used to be Great Britain and Ireland were the only 2 teams for Europe, and now all of Europe gets to play.
it was the GB and I, like the Walker Cup.
That's it.
Then that same reporter in some form of a European accent, we could tell, he spun Keegan's response and threw it back to Luke Donald. And he was like, Luke Bryan.
2 first names again.
Yeah, again, what's his thing? You start with Luke and you got a second first name. He was like, yeah, so Keegan was just in here saying the envelope rules got to change. And it was like, well, no, you, the person saying this asked, like, after all of this, what do you think should happen? I think it should change. Yeah, Keegan Bradley just said the envelope rule has to change. And I was like, well, okay. Keegan Bradley was asked. You know what I mean? Like, again, whatever, Spin City, the whole thing.
Totally.
But I do love.
What was the answer?
He was like, listen, he goes, it's something that's been in the rules for 30 plus years. He goes, that's why we have player contracts. We agreed to that before this tournament. If it's going to change in the future, so be it. But to say that now, we agreed coming in.
And also, Keegan was saying that. He was
Right.
he wasn't saying, no, this is faulty win because of the rule. No,
100%.
we need to change this
We're
in the future.
saying that.
Yes.
We're saying that's a
Like-
faulty win.
Right. But it was just presented in such like a slanted way, which I really felt was very unfair for Keegan because somebody spoke for him and told him, these guys are all friends. At the end of the day, these guys are all friends. Yeah. And I think like even, we were kind of going through it yesterday, like looking how many of these guys are on the same TGL team. Like Keegan and Rory are teammates.
Yes.
And, like you look at a bunch of these guys, Colin Morikawa, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, they're all on the LAGC. They're all teammates. Like these guys are friends. They're friends. But like for this period of time, it's step on each other's throat. It's I want to win more than anything. They are some of the most competitive people in this entire sport. They want to win.
World.
In
You
the
don't
world.
get this good at golf if you're not hyper competitive.
Like we're talking like Michael Jordan GOAT levels of competitiveness.
Correct.
Thank you.
There we go.
Now, at the end of the day,
Looking at his face,
I know.
You're
I'll
gonna
never.
have like freeze frame and like red
Zoom,
face it. Like,
zoom.
It's already red.
I'm just gonna pick my battles.
Keegan Bradley and Luke Donald are friends. They respect each other. They're colleagues. Obviously, for this week, it's me versus you. And if it's going to be anybody, I want it to be me, not you.
Right.
But in this sort of like post-tournament environment, to ask a question and then spin it and hand it back to the other guy, and now the other guy is perceiving it as his friend and colleague Keegan Bradley is saying this. It's like, it's just so weird. And it's like, you hope that at some point he gets to hear the context of the question and the answer, which who knows if Luke Donald is sitting back, rewatching back all the press conferences. I doubt it. But if it ever gets brought up, someone hopefully would be like, that's not what was said.
Did anyone say anything to the guy?
No. They just got the fly and it was completely unchecked. And it just
should have got
went off and away.
Ripped that thing off.
Yeah. Snip the badge.
That's the game, though.
It's the
That's
game.
the game.
Can we talk about another highlight of the tournament?
Please. We could use some.
Honestly.
So it started off, I mean, we can probably say the comeback of the Ryder Cup.
Yeah. The Kardashian of the Ryder Cup.
Bryson DeChambeau
Thank you.
down
Jesus Christ.
5 through 7.
That took me a second. My God.
Yeah, she got that.
Yeah. Don't point. All right. Go on.
Bryson DeChambeau down 5 after 7.
Yes.
They've played 7 holes. He's lost 5 and tied 2.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes.
Like, that is ridiculously bad.
Yeah.
Like, there is nobody else out there that's playing that bad. And then for him to win 8, wins 9, he's still down 3.
Yeah.
He's down 3 at the turn.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Well, and in match play, it's not the turn because if you don't have enough points, you're not playing to 18.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
technically at the points you're at, the turn already happened. You are running out of air in your O2 tank.
And he works it all the way to tying it out at the
Yeah.
end. Like, that was just
Grinding, grit. I mean, that is so far to come back from. Like, that is,
it's insane.
it is insane. It's like being drug up Mount Everest and then doing it again by yourself on your broken feet. It is just crazy.
I mean, even just to go, first of all, I'm scrolling through here. I don't think anybody else was down by 5 ever. Like, did anybody else?
I think the best win was like Schauffele 4-3 or something,
Yeah, he dominated Rahm.
which is crazy. And another reason why I think Schauffele should be the guy that we would put in that tiebreakers situation. But
there's only one other person, and it was the Cam Young Justin Rose, where Cam Young ended up winning the point. He won the 18 to give the final. That lost 5 holes total in the whole 18. Out of all of the matches, out of all 11 matches, there was only 2 people that lost 5 holes: Cam Young and Bryson DeChambeau. And Bryson did it in 7.
that's crazy.
That is, it's even like the emotional capability to come back from that is unbelievable. But when that 5 turned to a 4, he felt something.
Oh, yeah.
A little tingly.
Dude, I saw him walking off
Schauffele did.
greens.
Sorry,
the robot
Schauffele
legs?
did have Rahm lost 5,
Yeah.
and they quit at 15.
Let me ask you this, though. How much does this change Bryson's Ryder Cup legacy going forward that he ended on this high note rather than if he ended on just having a bad tournament as a whole and you get killed by Matt Fitzpatrick, who I think only played 2 rounds up until singles?
Yeah.
The
I'm pretty sure he only
live
played
haters would have been out in droves.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Droves.
I mean, I think this was monumental for him.
I think it was for every single,
Yes.
almost every single player on the team,
Yeah.
including captains and everybody. Like the Sunday changed everything. It went from like, we need to rethink this whole thing. Do we even want to do Ryder Cups anymore?
Yeah, yeah.
Like maybe we just come up with another whole new game.
Does
and
the
start
President's
over.
Cup mean more?
Yeah.
If Bryson would have won this, Rory would have been complaining about live players on the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
But and also you look at like he's the 3rd match of the day, right? And getting that much of a shellacking being in the 3rd match of the day. So you're early on in the day, we're down by everything. Bryson, one of the best players in golf in the entire world, down 5 and 7.
Yeah.
Like you haven't even at 7, we haven't even had everybody start playing yet.
No.
And we're looking at one of our stars down 5 and 7.
I will tell you, there is the unfortunate thing that it was so close, but we didn't get the win. One of the things that I had sort of dreamt of is us getting the win, and then we get to go in and hear Keegan Bradley's story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like it's so tough to get that deep dive sort of like documentary style where he takes us through the process, because I mean, it was close enough now where maybe somebody will throw a camera crew at him and ask, some good questions. But I want to know what he put into it. I want to know the process. I want to know the time. I want to know the details. Like Luke Donald talked about in the press conference, some of the details that went into him making sure his players had the best of everything. A couple of the things. He had the team flying a week early to get adjusted to Eastern time zone.
Keegan did?
Yeah. No. Luke Donald did.
Okay.
European team getting adjusted to the time zone.
Hey, that makes sense.
Changed out the hotel bedding. He found that the sheets, the blankets, the pillows were not premium enough because he knew sleep is so important this week. So he brought in bedding and re-outfitted every bed for all the players and everybody.
What's one of his vice captains? He's like, all right, I need you to go to Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah. like seeing him like struggling with a fitted sheet. Yeah. Like, that's that whole
Or are
nightmare.
they on Amazon next day? Like
he swapped out the shampoo for higher quality shampoo with a better fragrance. He wanted it to smell better.
What trash hotel were they in?
It didn't
Don't
matter.
answer that. We'll take him as a sponsor.
It didn't matter. He said he found that there was like a slight amount of light coming through underneath the door. And so he had found something or fashioned something to seal that. So there was zero light leak coming under the door.
They're at the Ramada.
Right?
Yeah. And then he talked about, the uniforms were inspired by past away wins. So they want them to look like the team that had won away. So they're like bringing that stuff in. I want to know all that for Keegan. I want to know all of the inner workings and the thoughts and the things he did. We got to see some of it. Remember, he brought the team out to the course, and there was a firefighter who had lost his father in 9/11, and he kind of just talked about what New York means to him and how he's a firefighter, kind of like carrying the torch for his family and the whole thing. And it was emotional. I'm like watching it on TikTok, and I'm like, crying and the whole thing. It wasn't like ugly cry, but it was like a little moist.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what else was Keegan doing that we didn't get to see?
Yeah.
Like, what were those things? And I don't know that because he didn't get the win, didn't get the dub, will that story ever really be shared? And I sure hope it gets to, because I want to know so bad.
I want to know if the team jet landed on his forehead when they got the Bethpage.
Dude, I mean, look at it. Look at the perspective of his, like, where his eyebrows.
50%.
Yeah.
It truly
is.
You
50%.
could really move his eyebrows up to his hairline, and his mouth, the bottom lip will be where his eyebrows are.
Dead serious. Shave him bald, give him 3 strands of hair. That's Homer Simpson. Right?
Get his dumb ass, bro. I'm done with this guy.
Get him out of here.
Conehead.
Do you think we see him come back next year? I know the crowd was chanting 2 more years.
They said in the press conference, they're all like, like, would you do it again? He's like, well, and then the whole team was just like, yeah, like 3-peat, let's go.
I mean, I hate that. You don't take him away. If you're Europe, do you?
Even Keegan Bradley said that. He goes, I think Luke Donald's one of the greatest European Ryder Cup camp.
He should have calmed that down a little bit.
He said the greatest, I think.
The greatest? The greatest Ryder Cup
He needs
captain
to calm that down a
for
little
Team
bit.
Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Tiger hasn't said yes.
Yeah.
Do you think he would be good as a captain? Tiger.
But why do they ask him every single time?
Yeah, but would he be a good captain?
Yeah, he's good at everything. I don't know.
Because, he's got to do a lot of stuff.
I think he would demand such high level excellence out of everybody. And I think everybody would be striving to seek his approval and would be, we hear all the stories of Tiger Woods growing up and his dad and literally like torturing him to give him the mental fortitude to become the guy that, one of the greatest golfer of all time, depending on which stats you look at. I don't know. I think it would be pretty incredible.
Did you know what
Your piece in.
It would be funny too. Speaking of the workouts and psychological warfare. Imagine Brooks Koepka. You have a bad day. Everyone on the line. We're working out,
doing push-ups out on 9.
Because he did that with his live team, didn't he?
Well, he does it for himself, and then it transferred over to live. He said that every time he doesn't win a major or doesn't perform well, he goes back to his trainer and gets one of the hardest workouts of his life every time, and it's punishment. It is something. It's like you did not put in the time and the effort, then you owe. You have to pay. And
who is that?
Brooks Koepka. And in the first season of Live Golf, that their team did not do well, so we called them all in for just a punishment workout. Matthew Wolf said he couldn't walk for 2 days and quit the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooks has probably been working out a lot this year. I think it's safe to say.
He's just like swole.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're getting jacked.
Yeah.
Hey,
And you're shooting 7 over every time.
No. I'm telling you, this next season is going to be a breakout year for him.
I hope so. I love Brooks.
He's ended off
just been bad.
the last DP World Tour tournaments really hot.
You know what I
But
want
no
to
one's
see?
playing in that.
I don't care.
I want to see. That's an excellent point. That's
The scores are still high as it can
but that
be.
doesn't mean anything because the scores are based on the course and based on the field. Like, but they would have just been way higher if Scottie was playing. You know, like 20 under. It means what? Like, you know, whatever.
Well, it doesn't even have to be Scottie because there's dudes that have been playing in the Ryder Cup on Europe that would legitimately be in these tournaments.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Rory probably would.
Yeah.
He's a big race to Dubai guy.
Oh, he's a gigantic racing Dubai guy.
Yeah.
Tommy Fleetwood lives in Dubai.
Yeah.
He raced there a long time ago.
Hatton, Fleetwood, Rahm, Hojgaard. That's how he got in.
Rahm's got so much money, he does not need to be playing in the race to Dubai.
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to be playing.
Hobbling around out there for no reason.
Yeah, come on. Take some time off, Johnny.
Are you and Bob pretty close or?
Yeah, like we've actually become really good friends. We rode together like almost every day this week. And
You call him B, right?
yeah. You ready to hit it, B? BH?
Yeah, it's at the road B.
Yeah, me and BH were just talking about he is a very, very nice guy. Like we've become friends and like he I don't know, like he like looks out for me. He's always like, how's it going, man? Like what do you got? What are you working on? You need anything? Like
He seemed like a great dude when he was on the show.
yeah, he's just
And he knows everything.
oh my God. He's been in the business for the whole time. Just since
He's
there
a
was
golf
business.
encyclopedia.
He really is.
Those are the best interviews, in my opinion, for like just straight information. Like he's a guy that you just give you a wealth of information.
And it's so fun because we would do these daily wrap-ups for SI after.
Time out. Are we recording?
Yeah.
All right.
You and Bob seem like you could become really good friends.
We are. It's surprisingly wonderful.
Yeah.
Because he's like a veteran in golf media, and I don't know.
And Bob's a friend of the show. It's Bob.
Bob Herrick. But he kind of looks out for me a little bit. He's always like, you know, like checking on me. How are things going? Do you need anything? And we film a lot together. But this week we had something where we did a daily wrap up at the end of each tournament day, and it's so fun and easy for me. Because I just throw it to Bob. He rips all of the exact info and historical data. And then I'm like, wow. I'm like, man, that's such a good point. Now, where do you feel this leaves us with something else? And then he just rips and rips and rips. And I'm like, man, like that couldn't be more true. Well, that's it for day 2. Sports Illustrated here at the Ryder Cup.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Does he do all that off the top of his head, or has he got notes or
Zero notes.
zero notes?
Yeah, like
Ever?
as we're walking out there, I just say to him, like, Bob, what do you want to go through? He's like, well, I want to talk about captains and I want to talk about, you know, the scores and where this leaves us for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, hey, what's up? It's day 2. You know, Sports Illustrated report back, you know, yada, yada. I'm like, Bob, so where do you feel like with the captain? And I just set it up to him and he just rips.
That's so
and I'm just
awesome.
like, yeah, totally. Like,
He could be talking about football and he's just
I-
like,
yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean, he used to be on ESPN.
yeah.
And like the funny thing is, like, I'm listening like I'm watching it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, Rich, you got a little Yahtzee right by your eye. There you go. Think you got it?
Yeah.
No, it's still there. There's like
I thought I was
a
seeing
black dot.
things. It's lower. It's like right.
Josh, get it for him. Reach over there and get it for him.
Look over here. I'll tell you
Do I have anything
exactly
in
where
my
it's
teeth?
at.
Oh yeah. Big Yahtzee right there.
What's a Yahtzee?
Yeah.
Yahtzee.
You know, like
Little yacht spots.
Like a iBoogie?
It's just
oh,
Yahtzee.
it's like
Anything's
you
a
know
Yahtzee.
the game Yahtzee. You roll the dice, you get all 5 in a row. It's Yahtzee.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like
you know.
so it's Yahtzee. It's the
Yeah.
game Yahtzee. It's all the dice roll. I don't know.
But I find myself while Bob is
What's
talking.
6-7? Like
I don't know either,
exactly
man.
right. Like this Yahtzee.
But I find myself while Bob's talking that I'm like observing like a spectator, like I'm tuned in because he's just dropping like deep knowledge and facts and history and viewpoints and like analysis and that like I'm literally just like, I didn't know that. Like, wow, this is really cool information. And then like he gets to the end of that point and I'm like, oh, it's my turn to talk. Something else. And then he just like gets rolling again. Literally makes it like the easiest job on the planet to co-host with Bob Herrig.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a freebie. We saw tensions flaring at the Ryder Cup. We saw passion. We saw anger. We saw emotions boiling over, and it hit the absolute boiling point when we had Scottie Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau paired up with Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose. And we saw that Justin Rose was not happy where Jibo, Bryson's caddy, was standing when it was Justin Rose's turn to putt. Now, some people have looked back at it and said, there might have even been confusion that Bryson thought it was his turn to putt. You know, they both had pretty substantial putts in their hands, that they were kind of working their process as if it was Bryson's turn to putt. But it was, in fact, Justin Rose's turn to putt. And apparently maybe they're, you know, obviously a lot going on. Everybody's kind of like, you know, brimming at a 10. And Justin Rose, the way he asked Jibo to move was also had some tension in it. And, you know, right away, Jibo realized he was in the wrong and moved right away out of the way. But then there was some more like chatter and chirping happening, and it turned into a full-blown altercation.
Well, and also he was at one point the caddy after it happened because, again, Bryson was doing his aim point thing, and then Bryson's caddy came up to do his aim point thing because they thought it was Bryson's putt.
Yeah.
So that was the confusion that's happening. So then after, you know, Mr. Rose, tensions, like you said, were kind of heated. His caddy kind of scooted on over, and you could tell was kind of like hanging out pretty close to him. And like, you could tell wanted to say something.
And do you perceive that as he was hanging out in a taunting fashion or wanting to like apologize and just say, hey, I didn't mean to be there? Like, what do you think his intentions were in finding himself closer to Justin Rose at that point?
So I don't feel at that point, I think he was a caddy just saying, hey, sorry for the misunderstanding. Yeah. That's what I kind of feel
like
was
yielding
like,
to the golfer.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Like, hey, I just want to let you know, I didn't know it was your putt. That's totally my bad.
Yes.
Didn't want to be there. But there is this sort of thing where players are not supposed to talk to other players' caddies. You should talk to the other player and be like, hey, Bryson, like, is this my putt? And he's like, oh, Jibo, sorry, my bad. Let's get out of here. Hey, let's move. But instead he addressed the caddy directly. And again, it was kind of funny because afterwards Bryson and Scottie declined to do any media after. Frustrating, you know, very difficult loss. But Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose did take the opportunity to talk to the media, and they didn't come into the media center. So we all didn't get to ask them questions. They kind of did like whatever it was, Golf Channel or whoever was right there on the sidelines with the microphone and just did like the kind of the quick on the fly interview with them. And it was funny because they downplayed it a ton. You know, Justin Rose was like, you know, listen, he goes, I thought it was my putt. And he was walking my way. So I asked him like, hey, is this my putt? And he goes, you know,
you dropped the F-bomb.
He was like, you know, maybe I wasn't as polite as I'm saying it now, but I was just asking. And, you know, and like Tommy Fleetwood standing there like, he's like, you know, a foot shorter than him, you know, looking,
I mean,
you know.
there were so many factors. One, Bryce, they were, I believe, down 2 on that hole. Justin Rose ended up making the putt, making them up 3, which didn't help in the grand scheme of things. And get the bleep button ready, Rich. But at the end of the day, I think Justin Rose was just doing his thing. He was being a
nice. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, he was being a
nailed it.
And he didn't have to do all that. And then he gets at the end with this interview, he wants to be all sarcastic and be like, what did you want me to say? Excuse me, please. Like, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be bad if you did, you know.
And we saw like Bryson, you know, they're walking off together and a few things are said and then a few things are said back and it turns into like a all-out yelling match.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, Ted Scott comes flying in.
That's my favorite part.
Oh yeah, like because he's all tall and like pointing down at people.
How is Ted Scott's caddy even there? Oh, because that's right. It was Bryson and Scottie were teamed up together.
Right.
That's what. Okay.
So Ted Scott, Scottie's there's so many Scotts.
Right.
Ted Scott, Scottie.
Ted Scott.
Yes, Scottie Scott Scheffler. He gets in, and then Francisco Molinari gets in, vice captain. He kind of steps in and like tries to move Ted Scott out of the way, and then he's like, "Don't put your hands on me!" And then he's just hammering him. And like, there was a point where it genuinely looked like I didn't think anybody was going to fist fight, but I could see like a gentleman's shove. Yeah. And you know, if you're not ready for it, you're going down. You're going downtown. Because you will imagine,
And
like,
you're carrying those big bags, and so you could be
dude.
off.
Did you see the AI video of Bryson beating him?
yeah, somebody took it like it was like the start of what looked like real footage. Then it turns into AI, and Bryson like stops and just like knocks one out, knocks the other out. But AI isn't like AI isn't awesome enough yet. Where like once one of the European players fell down, he turned into like the U.S. uniform on the ground somehow. Yeah,
And Bryson turns into the Hulk.
yeah. But that to me was like the absolute pinnacle of boiling over.
Yeah.
Where just all of this was just
All of the New York chatter that's going
Yes.
on, all the crowd, all the.
and like the Team USA and these guys, what they're just the anger and the frustration with themselves. And then it's like, and now you're going to talk to my caddy when I'm this mad.
Right.
Like it got pretty exotic.
And you're going to tell my caddy to off, you know?
Yeah.
So, like,
I did love though, the next morning, Ted Scott, again, he's like a sweetheart of a guy. Like he really is. I mean, and like most people, he's just as competitive. I mean, that's what he's out there for, is for the win as well. And for his country and for everything that's going on here, or his continent, or whatever team you're on. And he did this video the next morning with Molinari, and Ted Scott's like a foot taller than him. And so he's got like the phone up, and he was like, "Hey guys, just want to let you know, Molinari and I, we've been friends for a long time. We cleared it up like as soon as we got to the next tee. Like by then it was already over. We're friends. We go way back." And it was funny watching Molinari standing there like a foot shorter. He was just like,
yeah, we're friends.
yeah. It literally looked like he had been kidnapped. like he was there against his will, even though he was. It's not true. It's not true. But
It did look like it though.
it totally did. Just his look at his face, like looking up, like it was great.
So what's the crash out of the week? Is it the Rory to the fans, telling all the fans to F off, or is it the Bryson Ted Scott situation? Everybody give me your crash out of the week.
All right. I'm going, okay, man. That's
Is it
so
a good or
tough.
bad thing?
Crash out
However-
bad, right?
Well, they're both crash outs, but which one did you like more?
I
would,
like this one more because
but here's the thing though. It's one thing for player v player.
Correct.
It's a different thing when on the other side of the ropes, you turn around and you're cussing out fans and
Yeah,
bystanders
yeah.
is wild.
Yeah.
Yes. That's my exact take right there. That is my exact take. This was, yes, fans focusing the light on them, making this pressure mount to a point where they thought they had the shot. They didn't have, that whole thing tells them to F off to another caddy. Like that's one thing. That's player, that's that. But to turn to the crowd
Yeah.
and just say, drop the F-bomb at them.
Yeah.
Right, but you also
like-
can't do that and then complain that everybody said vulgar things to you after.
I 100% agree.
Or to march around the green where he was just like, F you, F
Yes.
you, F you, F you. And then and they just kept saying mean things.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to have golf morals and integrity.
Yeah,
and-
that's not what this sport's about. Meanwhile, he's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Thank you.
yeah. Come on.
A drink was allegedly hurled at Ms. McIlroy.
Was it really hurled?
No. In fact, it wasn't. I'm not saying this makes it okay. I'm not saying that all of this that was going on should or shouldn't have happened, but we did learn in sort of a slow motion video that it's not what we thought. And it was assumed and talked about that a drink was thrown at Rory McIlroy's wife, when in fact it wasn't thrown. It was being held by one fan and was slapped by another fan, which obviously is a far less accurate approach at projectiles going at somebody. So also meaning, I don't even know if you could slap a drink and really pinpoint aim at who it's going to hit.
Especially if it's a moving target.
If you're a
Thank you.
volleyball player, yeah, you can.
Don't think that guy was. Just
Bingo.
gonna guess that.
All right, roll it back.
It's all slow mo.
The
no sound.
drinks, yep, he's got it in his hand, and then this dude sees opportunity and just slap Ola's. And she just arrived. Like she wasn't even at the target when it was originally sent. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a Tom Brady situation where you're like leading the guy and throwing it where he's about to be.
I'll tell you something. That was a perfect over-the-shoulder catch right there.
Is that McIlroy right there?
Yes.
Like, look at the anger and rage on his face.
Which
right
again,
there.
in his perception, somebody took a drink and whipped it at his wife.
Yes.
Now you can obviously see that she wasn't even at the location the drink was aimed at the time it went flying. But in the purview of Rory McIlroy,
It was also empty. Like, you see a little bit of
I
splatter.
don't think it was empty.
You see a little bit of splatter come out. I mean, like,
I
watch
think
it one more
the
time.
centrifugal force kept the drink within the cup during the flying portion.
It looks like it's got 2 inches in the back, which is about $12 of beer when you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what though? You are right. Like when the cup faced us for a moment,
Yeah.
you could see there was nothing in it.
Yeah. And, well, you can also
there was
see how
probably
full
ice
it is.
and like, you know, some remnants at the bottom. Again, not making it okay.
No.
Hold on. Let's watch it one more time. I just think I
Sure.
saw something. I don't think it's this kid. I think it's this guy right here in front of him in this striped
Yes.
shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, stripe shirt did it?
It looks like it.
Run it back one more time.
Just back
Keep
it
your
up. Yeah.
stay on the cursor. Like, don't let go of it. Like, you already let go of it.
You do this thing, none to that at all.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, I like it.
There we go. So we're coming back.
Get back to the hand.
So first, why is this guy holding his beer out like this?
Because it's a crowd of people. He doesn't want to put it down and have someone spit on it.
or it's a setup and he's in on it.
So
Ooh.
we're here.
It looks like.
It doesn't look like his arm can reach
Go ahead, keep
that
going.
weird.
Keep going. Right there. All right, keep going.
Okay.
It looks like a follow through on the shoulder a little bit.
From stripe shirt?
Yeah, I think it might
Did
be.
he just go like this?
It
like,
look,
he was-
doing it and not even looking at it's crazy though.
I
'Cause he
think
doesn't
it's-
look back.
I think it's striped shirt.
I'm going to be honest. There was some talent
Oh, yeah.
involved in that move.
And hit the correct target. No,
And now come back like a frame or two. Can we see where the cup was empty? Right there.
See, I mean, there's a little coming out,
Yeah,
but that's not
right.
like a full beer. By
No.
any means.
That
not
was
the
of the
$17
15,
beer.
Yeah, of the $15 for the beverage, or if it's a
All right, back up a
cocktail,
little more.
17. I would say there was about $1.85 left in there. I'm going to tell you what we need. This guy in the bottom corner, we need that footage.
Right.
We need. Well, you know what? You know, like in Batman, where they go in like that room and they take like every phone and everything, and they can like 3D map
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
We need to go in there and be able to like zoom around in that world. Yeah.
I think it was Amanda Balionis that did it. That's gonna be my guess.
Oh, yeah, her name was mentioned a few times.
Yep.
Don't know why. All right.
You're gonna name guys now, dog? My goodness.
I also would like to take a moment to just talk about Russell Henley's shot out of the sand coming up 18.
Talk to me, D.
It, to me, in my opinion, is one of the most clutch shots that we've seen in the modern era of golf. And prior to that, I believe the most clutch shot was Bryson DeChambeau at the 2024 US Open, coming out of the sand bunker, 70 yards out, hitting it up to 4 feet to make the putt, and to best Rory McIlroy from that moment. I feel like what Russell Henley did, and I was standing up on the green. I was inside the ropes, just off the green, and you could see how drastic the elevation change was there. And just the position he was in, and to hit that shot that perfect, and to not even go center of the green, like he went like flag side. I, in my opinion, think it is hands down one of the most clutch shots that I can recall in modern era golf. The pressure, the difficulty, the moment, everything it meant. Now, I don't think his follow-up putt was one of the most clutch shots. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about the most. But again, here's the thing. Would Bryson DeChambeau's shot out of the bunker at the US Open 70 yards out be considered one of the most clutch shots ever if he didn't secure the trophy?
No.
I don't think we would be talking about it. Be like, oh yeah, what was that? You'd have to be like, like golf nerd encyclopedia to be like, that shot where Bryson took second and whatever.
And that's why you don't really hear a lot about the shot now.
Nobody's
out of
talking
Henley.
about it. But in that moment, I could not believe what was happening before my eyes, and like seeing the ball flying through the air, seeing it coming up to the green. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's online. It looks good. It lands. It stops. It is a make a bull putt. I couldn't believe it. I was beside myself in that moment.
That's when I knew we lost.
When he missed the putt?
Yeah. Because I'm like, there's no way that Lowry is not getting that read.
Yeah. Yeah, he literally showed him the line.
Yeah. He was, what was he, like 3 feet in front of him?
Yeah, not even, I don't think. Yeah, it was
And
bad.
left it short.
Dude, I was watching a ton of people when they were showing the read, doing the whole standing, and like I saw Lowry do it several times, just sprinting over to get behind to watch the read.
Yeah. Who thought Xander Schauffele was going to dominate Rahm in the singles?
No one.
I don't think that I saw that coming.
I'll just say I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna take that one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just grab a quick dub here after the
And
fact.
I'm just happy that I was so neutral through this entire Ryder Cup process going up into it. Because if I like truly like stuck with a team, I'd probably be heartbroken or really happy right now. But I stayed middle, and I'm happy with.
yeah.
What's kind of crazy about it though is Rahm kind of fell apart because if you look, Schauffele took 2.
yeah.
They tied 2, and Rahm came back and tied it up in 6. So at 6, they were even. 7, 8, 9, they were even. And then all of a sudden, just did Rahm fall apart, or did Xander just like do
Get
that
on
much
fire.
better? Because he ended up winning 4 and 3. Like,
Did you throw out the X?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Give one up. Give one up.
Oh, shout out to X.
Yeah. Poor Rambo.
I mean, what do you think it was?
I think it's a combination of all things. I mean, they always say, like, they said this in the press conference, like, one of the things Keegan Bradley kept telling us is play your point. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't consider what this means. Just focus on my point that I want to win, which I think is fantastic advice. But they all said you can't help it. Like, these scoreboards are huge, and you're walking, and out of the corner of your eye, you just see like a red side. Like, it's just, and it's tough. And even Scottie Scheffler was saying that at some point he was walking and saw on one of the boards that somebody else made this insane putt. And he saw that, he goes, but I needed that. Like, the team is going, I have to go. I have to go. So there's like a weird thing in that where it's like, don't get distracted by the board. Okay, well, if I do this, I do that. But at the same time, to accidentally see a putt that like boosts you into another level, that kind of helps too.
What's so funny is because for me personally, I'm the competitor that I want to see it all. I want to know exactly where I'm at, and that drives me through and through. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's tough though, because in that pressure situation, it's hard to know what that actually does to you when you have 60,000 people, all the screaming, all this, like everything's going on, and you're trying to slow your whoop down.
Yeah.
So, to manage your heart rate, which I had Dustin Johnson read a putt for me once at a pro-am, and I about puked.
Oh, I would
You know
kill
what I
to
mean?
see your whoop on that.
Oh my God.
oh my goodness.
They're like calling a cardiologist.
Yeah,
Like,
we've never seen these levels.
and it just stayed there for like hours.
You've been at 202
funny-
for 3 days.
The funny part about the story is when I asked him afterwards, he said that he took a long time on the putt. No, he just stood up there and hit it right
It
away.
felt like a year.
Yeah.
I'm like, in my mind, because again, I'm not even thinking about my putt. I'm like, does Dustin Johnson think I've been standing here too long? That's what's going through my head. Not like process, pace, line, whole thing. I'm like thinking about what he's thinking about. Like,
And I'm behind both of you. Like, am I too close to DJ here? Am I making him uncomfortable?
we're all only thinking about what's in it. Meanwhile, he's like, these dudes suck.
He's thinking about that cocktail in the clubhouse already. We're like, oh my God, I'm standing
hell
right
outta
next to him.
I was thinking about, man, that was an awful episode of No Bad Lies.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't see it, but the 18th hole when JT took it from Tommy, that had to have been electric.
Oh yeah, JT on the
Because they were
yes.
tied. So from 13 on, Tommy ties it at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 ties, and then we go to 18 with JT.
Justin Thomas, in the most beautiful way possible, lost his mind. Like threw the putter, like, yeah, let's go. It was just like, it was that energy moment that we all wanted out of JT. Like it was that thing. And it's like that thing that we talked about this on the live during Friday, that Bryson DeChambeau is an all energy guy. Justin Thomas is an all energy guy. But at the same time, when it's not going well, they tend to internalize. But when things are going well, we get these historical Ryder Cup moments, like, JT and Spieth just high-fiving on the green, like making those putts. It's just like, I would pay anything to just watch that Ryder Cup team play like 3-4 days a week. Yeah. And it wasn't going in that direction. We weren't getting many of those moments out of JT. And it was like, it all finally just like let out. And he was early enough in the day where it's like, we can't do this if the first guys don't do it. Right. If it doesn't go well in the beginning, it's all already over. There's no hope. There's no chance. And it's like, those first guys are the ones who are like, I did my part to turn this thing around. And I'm just going to trust my team, and the rest is out of my hands. I got the point that I could get, and that moment, I don't know. I lay awake at night and I think about his whoop score.
We think about Keegan being a great captain.
Yeah.
And you thinking about they needed that energy to win the final day. Who were the two people he played 1 and 2? JT and Bryson DeChambeau. 1 and 2. He put
on the
them
last
first.
day?
On the last day.
Cam Young was first,
Yeah,
right?
Cam Young was first.
Oh, why is this not in order?
Cam Young was first.
Oh, it is
first?
Cam Young. Yeah. It's sorry. Cam Young, Jason, and then Bryson.
Why? Because he was the anchor of the team. He was hands down playing the best. And to me, how strategic, it's like, let's put our best player out there to just put a point on the board.
Get a point.
Let's get this thing rolling right off the bat. No questions asked. Cam Young. And to me, he showed up a rookie and left a veteran.
Dude, I love JT, man, because I feel like in sports in general, it's so rare to have like the vibes guy of the team also be like one of the best players and able to go get the points you need him to get. And he's exactly that. If you took the entire 24 players on the Ryder Cup and had me pick which guys I'd want like on the show, like dream guess, he's got to be up there 1, 2, or 3.
You know what? Look at that hat. I'm going right here.
There we go.
Oh,
there we go.
JT.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on.
For you, JT, right there.
So JT, you're not. We're not
Hey, this is my whoop. Yeah.
Got hats for days.
Yeah.
Here's another, like, we love Tommy on the show.
I know.
We love Tommy on the show.
Yeah. How I know.
Once again, Tommy didn't close out on the last day. The final hole. Let it slip through his fingers.
Classic TF.
Tommy does that so much.
You know,
I don't know why.
There's a handful of times, very, very small amount of times I've rooted against Tommy.
This was one.
Very small amount of times. The previous time was at the 2023 Ryder Cup.
Someone in the chat said Cam will win a major next year.
Yo, I am way on board with that idea.
I like that a lot.
You know what? It's
that'd
done.
be sick.
What are you going? PGA Championship?
I think he's a
that
PGA
it?
Championship.
He's a PGA
guy.
Championship
or US
kind of
Open,
guy?
maybe even US Open.
Ooh, out there for the dogfight.
Yeah, no Masters, no British. Masters, really.
Are we just gonna have a pool? You get the Open then.
Fair.
You
All
have
right,
to.
I get the British Open.
Oh no, he said PGA. I'll take US Open. He could take.
Yeah, why'd you take mine?
I got the Masters.
We're good.
The reason I don't petition
It's
for the
for
Masters.
dinner. If he wins one, whoever wins it, it's reverse, has to buy everybody else.
It's like the
dinner.
hole in one.
I like that. Yeah, okay.
All right, then I'm going Masters. No.
Josh is in a good spot. No,
I think the tough thing about the Masters is the guys, they play there every year.
Yep.
So there are guys who have the course memorized and very little changes, whereas the other tournaments tour around.
right.
And depending if it lands at a place that sets up well for you and you're playing your best golf, it could be your weekend. And I think if you don't have enough experience at the Masters, other than Tiger Woods when he showed up there and like won his first time, whatever, it's different. It's way different.
He's a decent golfer.
Yeah.
And well, you got to look at it this way too. He's won stuff at Bethpage.
Has he?
Yeah, he's won amateur events there
Oh.
and junior events there.
I mean, obviously, I don't have a laptop in front of me, but there's a decent chance we get a major at Bethpage soon, right?
I think we do. I think there is
A U.S. Open or something?
Yeah, there's a couple things coming up like in the next 10 years because those are planned out for like 2 lifetimes.
Exactly. It's like that in college football. They're like, we're playing Arizona in 2068.
Well, it is interesting that they say it was 60 months of preparation for Bethpage. 60 months. I mean, you think about all the infrastructure, all the build out, everything that went into it. 60 months.
5 years.
Is
crazy.
wild.
So they started in COVID.
Yeah, they were like drawn up schematics and
That's
stuff.
nuts.
I know.
They predicted it.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
they knew. They were already trying to cut that rough shorter back
That means
5 years ago.
That means wherever the next U.S. one is, I think it's in Minnesota. Maybe I'm wrong.
It says the women's PGA Championship is going to be in 2028
At Bethpage.
at Bethpage.
Is there any other ones, or that's all that's slated?
That's what's showing.
So I guess Cam Young is not winning a major next year.
Yeah.
Well, just not at Bethpage.
I like that pool, though. I like that pool. What if he doesn't win at all? Then we just go to next year? Carries over?
Yeah, no, it carries over. Yeah.
Yeah, because Cam's going to win one.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was wildly interesting that Shane Lowry, after he made the putt in 18, after Henley, obviously just lost his mind. He knew that he just locked in the half point that they were waiting for. He right away gets on the interview and he says that you have no idea how much this means to me. He goes, I've won the British Open in my home country of Ireland, and winning this away Ryder Cup for my team means even more. Which I think is
crazy.
Wild.
That's awesome.
That it's the Ryder Cup is not considered a major. Of course, it's a different format. It's a whole different thing. But to think that somebody from Ireland who won the British Open in Ireland, which is one of the most monumental achievements I could imagine possible for him, to say that this is more important to him, it was actually wildly surprising to me.
And he had to hit the putt to win that hole in order to get that half point.
And he said that as he was walking up 18, he goes, I have the chance to do one of the most incredible things I've ever done in my life. Like he knew that this moment could be about to happen.
And
it did.
I don't want to get too deep into like a sports psychology version of this, but there's like two schools of thought you can go into that. It's either I have the chance to do something that's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life, or this is all on me.
Yeah.
And he chooses to look at it the positive way.
It's true.
And
like
we see it work out for him.
he like manifested the moment.
Right,
He
exactly,
like visualized it and spoke it into existence.
Look at it more as an opportunity than a thing you have to.
Instead of like,
Yeah, like that's how I would be. I'd be
like, well, maybe Terrell will lock it up for us. I don't know. He's not mad.
And another thing about Shane, when we were on the live that day, we were kind of noticing, I think Shane's shedded a few pounds.
Do you think he got like in like Ryder Cup, did a little CrossFit or
I
something?
think it's just the shaved beard.
he put it back on this weekend if he did lose some for sure.
Well, you know, he's definitely part of
Do you imagine he's like, on the elliptical, just grinding?
Can't even picture that in my
I
head.
picture Shane on the elliptical with like a Guinness. Like,
Yeah.
that's,
Guinness and a donut.
Wow. That's
Pile on.
wild.
I was
we got 2 more
I'm
weeks.
trying to give him flowers here. Like,
We got 2 more weeks. Okay. That's what we're going to give this time for. We could just say whatever we want.
I just
Nothing
imagine
back.
the donut like hanging from a string on the end of it and he's sprinting on the
All right, guys. Is there any more of these that we need? I feel like we.
I mean,
went through
there's
a ton
so
of them.
there's infinite. It's the Ryder Cup. There's infinite storylines.
know.
We could have a 6-hour show and not cover everything that happened this weekend.
so true. It's so good.
I know.
So
All right.
terrible.
Well, it's so I don't know about so good. Yeah,
bad, so
ugly.
I still stand by the fact that Sunday Ryder Cup was some of the most incredible golf I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
so good.
I can't say the same because I wasn't there, but I did see it on TV and it was incredible.
Were you locked in or was it on in the background?
It was Sunday. I was watching football this night.
Dude,
Until the end. Then I switched to the big TV.
I
when-
couldn't help myself but get locked in. I was doing my Sunday reading of my comics, and
With a cup of tea.
no, just having it on in the background. But then
Chocolate milk.
I'm like, because I'm getting the commercials from Peacock. I'm getting commercials.
Big cup of chocolate milk reading his
his
comics.
So
out of the little carton.
so I am reading and like during the commercials.
because he's an adult now. He has the tall one, not just the small little pint one. Still triangle open though.
You can't.
So I'm reading like in between commercials.
Mom!
All right, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
I'm sorry.
So I'm
And then
and then I'm reading it. And I'm like, I'm getting commercials from Paramount.
getting commercials. I'm with you. I'm here.
So I'm doing it. I'm all flustered. Okay, so I am reading in between the commercials. I'm getting commercial breaks from Peacock, and then all of a sudden, like it gets to about like I think Cam Young was on 15, and I'm like, dude, I gotta put this down. Like I gotta lock in.
You gotta
like,
get dialed.
I was glued to the TV sense until it ended.
I'm just trying my hardest.
It got me locked in.
We all were. I'm still recovering.
I mean, we streamed for what 6 hours, I think.
Wow.
Us three on Friday.
Straight.
And how many points did they give us?
Nothing.
Like 2?
It was terrible.
2.5, I
The
think.
points per hour ratio is just horrendous.
It was brutal.
We were less than a half point an hour. It's brutal for us, boys.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here. We got a whole lot to do.
Yeah, we got a 10-hour show to edit now. So
Yeah, nice. All right, that's it. That's all I got. That's all you got. I got a bunch of hats to wear. I got my alignment stick cover.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
You got your bag, your major's bag. What do you call it?
That's it. My bag slam.
Your bag slam.
The bag slam is complete. I know.
Wait, what did you say?
Exactly. All right, guys, that's it. That's all for this week's edition of the Dan's Golf World Show, brought to you by the one and only Sports Illustrated, and now on SITV.
191 days till master.